Oh, scuff. Scuff. Anyway. Hello everybody. This is awkward. Okay, wait. It seems awkward for me because I just want to let you know I can hear Zero, but y'all can't. That's why it's kind of awkward for me. Anyway, it's not scuff. It's not scuff. Zero, shut the hell up. I could hear you. Anyway, hello everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time zone you're in. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. It's the long-awaited return of a podcast. It's been like what, over a year since the podcast came back. But in a way, we're gonna bring back a podcast, and this time is a bit different because we have a quote-unquote new person here, and yes, he's a bit small. They can't hear you right now, by the way.
I know.
He's a bit tiny. He's pretty tiny. But anyway, today we're having our podcast, and right now, this chibi kid here is give your own greetings. I don't want to give you greetings for you.
Huh?
Give your own greetings. I don't want to do the greetings for you.
Hello there. Okay. Do you want me to just go ahead and start with the whole disclaimer and everything? I can get that done while introducing.
Yeah, we can. No, we can.
Okay. So, like, half of this I have to go on script, so sorry for the robotic monotone voice. Hello Crimson. So just as an FYI, it's a big disclaimer that we have to do for these types of topics. So bear with us for a couple of seconds. So yes, yes. Welcome to our first podcast. That part is not scripted. The full VTuber name. The full VTuber name for me is Infinite Zero, but just call me Zero. The infinite is for like lore purposes. But yeah, Zero is easier and preferred, please. So I think it's safe to say that, yeah, we have been waiting a long time for this moment to share with you guys, and we're coming into this whole podcast series, this whole Lambent Lake series with just raw emotions and feels. But like all good things, it is important to lay down the rules and expectations down for topics such as these. So this is why first and foremost you must follow obviously Kai's chat rules, because this is his channel. So other than that, a couple things to mention. Let's start with Kai and myself. With us being content creators, we both have really thick skin.
Do we?
Really thick skin. So any underhanded insults and negativity and comments like that, they don't really get to us the same way that it does to others, because there's a lot of bot accounts that we're just used to. It just annoys us, really, if anything. So we aren't trying to say this to justify negativity or to make us out to be really cold, but it's for those of you that are worried for us, so you can rest easy a little bit. So if you see a mean comment, don't worry about it. The person will be dealt with accordingly. For many of you, these topics that we discuss in future podcasts, or maybe even this one, may hit home and really put you in your feels, kind of and this one is more relatable to Kai. And we want to make sure that this community is a safe space where you are free to share and express your experiences without the fear of being judged by other people. And at the same time, even though some of these discussions may end up with us giving personal advice or our thoughts and opinions on certain topics, they are in no way meant to replace real professional help. Real therapy exists for a reason, and if you have the resources available to go to therapy, we encourage it. And I want to be extra clear that we aren't out here on the podcast world trying to give out free therapy, especially in the world of VTubers. This is a big no-no. So we don't have, and I repeat, we do not have a hero complex, nor do we actively think we can save everyone, or and that we don't have our own problems. So basically, we're not being hypocritical about this, and yeah, that's what matters. What else is there to say? Yeah, again, if the topics discussed make you feel better, that's all we really want to encourage here. And I will say this only once, and this part is all on me, not on Kai. And the main reason I want to share this, even though it's really risky to like be saying something like this in the public or any kind of general audience, it's because I want to encourage it. I think it's worth it. And I really want to show you that this will be a safe space for all of us. And it's like I have like a lot of like empathy, the type that makes me like feel what you're saying. So if you ever write something super long and in detail and you put a lot of effort into it, like my brain will actually like make me feel what you're feeling. So if you say I felt really sad, I will feel that. So, and it makes me sad, but temporarily, because thankfully I can switch it off. Some people can't. And everything else that you put in like detail, it's not 100% like putting myself in your shoes, but it's pretty damn close. So you can understand how stressful this can be, especially for someone that like really wants to share like a past trauma or like a hard topic. It can make me feel like really, really bad for a little bit. But I wouldn't be taking that risk to like my own mental health and emotional health by disclosing this if I didn't feel so strongly about this being like a safe space. So other than that, I want to say that I do value each and every moment I have with all of you, especially all the new people that don't know me. And I look forward to strengthening this community with Kai and the bond we have for each other as people. So while Kai is processing information over there, how is everyone today? And don't worry, the topics may get heavy at some points, but we'll try to keep it as entertaining as possible as well. And if Kai has anything else to add or reinforce, he can, feel free to do so, bro.
Basically, most of what I wanted to say, Zero had already said, but just make sure to always read the pinned comments and we have like the Marshmallow. If you are not comfortable in sharing it, like on like on stream, cause if let's say it's cause you are not comfortable with saying it out loud, or you want to keep anonymous, you want to be anonymous when it comes to saying some topics, feel free to use the marshmallows to access into it, and then we will always constantly go back and forth and like reload and refresh the marshmallow area, and then we'll save it and then show each questions on stream. We're like what Zero said, we're not really professional therapists, or we are not psychiatrists or psychologists. No, we are none. In fact, most of what we are saying is probably from our own experience or what we felt when we put ourselves in other people's shoes. So just make sure, I want y'all to know that crystal clear, that most of you who has been in our channel, it's more of like I've always stressed a lot about mental health, and thus when we were making this podcast thing, we were always stressing the fact that we want to target topics about stuff that might be tough for people, or especially like streamers, content creators, even like people who are struggling with their everyday life, because I personally have a lot. Zero has some, but not a lot. But he has his own problems.
I have really strong mental health, really healthy, strong mental health, but that doesn't mean I'm invulnerable. So yes, I'm in a enviable position for many, which is it's both it's a double-edged sword. It can be very good and very bad, honestly.
Yeah, it goes both ways, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, for Zero, he has a very high empathy level. For me, I would say I'm not as high as Zero, but I would say it's almost on par, because I've been through my own past. I share some of them on the stream sometimes, and it's like I can somehow relate, but I don't like to say like I can relate fully, because I'm not you. Everyone has different sets of like the way they react to different situations are different. Like it could be the same situation, but yeah, it could be very, very different. It's the same way when it comes to this. So
yeah, another way of saying that is like, while we may be able to feel the same things that you feel, like because of like that's just how empathy works, it doesn't substitute your experience. The experience is unique to yourself as a person always. So yeah.
So yeah. I don't know. Do we need to put all the disclaimer at every podcast? I think we might.
No,
need
I don't
to,
think so.
'cause-
I think you could just refer to the beginning of this podcast for the disclaimer because it's a series, honestly. Oh.
That's true. But there are some.
I mean, I don't mind saying it every time. I really don't.
I think it's better too, because like there might be new people coming in and they never
Mhm.
watched the first one.
Okay.
What do you mean? Why did it say? Parfait, thank you so much for joining us. I can't speak right now. Oh my god. Parfait, thank you so much for becoming our elite specter. Welcome to the membership, and I believe it's your 4th month. I believe. And thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Also, now that we get the disclaimer out of the way,
Mhm.
let's just do it in a more like a light-hearted way, okay? First off,
Now we can change. Now we can change our tone. All the friction is gone already.
Yeah,
so,
we gotta change the environment a little bit, so it's more calming too.
Yeah.
Just to double check, everyone is okay with Zero's audios, right? Like it's not too loud, not too soft or anything, right?
Yeah, do an audio check.
Yeah.
Do an audio check. Background music. Both
Yeah,
our
the
audios.
background music is too loud, too soft. It should be fine. Audio is good? Okay, good. Let me just welcome everyone here as well. Crimson Rose, and what that? I'm questioning because Crimson, you changed your name, didn't you? But Crimson and Ian and Shrek and Parfait, hello, welcome to the stream. Welcome. I heard you all had a lovely day. Have a lovely day of you, and welcome to our Lemon Lake podcast. I might have pronounced it very differently from what Zero did, but it is my mixed accent. Don't mind it.
Lambent, like it's fine. I understand it. And lambent is it's not a normal common word, but it kind of, there was no other word to choose for this. It's like, it just fits.
Yeah, we decided the title without even knowing what it actually fully meant. Like I actually googled the meaning of it, like what lemon means, and it fits so well that we were like, okay, we made it without knowing. Interesting. It's been so long since I heard your voice, Zero.
Oh.
You know who to blame.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know who Kev is. Yes. Hey.
Yeah, of course you know. It's Lemon Boy Kev. Hello. That's his original name.
You know, I've always wondered if Kev would ever do like a lemon grab PFP, because I love lemon grab from Adventure
What?
Time. Do you know who that is?
No.
Oh. Basically, it's this Adventure Time is a cartoon show in the U.S. I think it's done by now.
I know.
With Jake
I know.
the
Adventure
dog
Time.
and Finn the human, and yes, and there's a character called Lemon Grab. He's literally a dude with a lemon head, and he like high pitches says, "This is unacceptable," and like, "This is unacceptable." Like, seriously.
Really? I've never watched Adventure Times. I've known of them, like the cartoon, but I didn't know like the thing itself.
Yeah, I recommend looking into the character Lemon Grab after the podcast or whenever you have time.
Also, Charlie, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Hope you have a lovely day. Have a lovely day of you. Welcome to our podcast. Welcome. I love
I'd say,
Adventure Time. What?
Marceline is another character. You know, Kai, I think we should. Do you want to like talk about the imposter syndrome like normally, or do you want to just like do you want to do the marshmallow questions first and get them out the way? How do you want to format this?
We can first say what imposter syndrome is. So Zero, I know you Google it because when we're doing the audio test, you was reading it. So
I mean,
resources.
Okay, so there's the source for this, because it's important to list your sources. It's from a website called nih.gov, which is a government page for the US. So this is like a published article essentially. And again, sorry, I when I read, it's just a little monotone. Especially if it's like factual stuff, it's just like I can't put emotion into it. So
I mean, it's normal.
here's the accepted. I wouldn't say the accepted definition, but one of the many accepted definitions. This one's by Martin R. Wecker, Jacob Schreffler, Patrick T. McKenney, and David Davis. The way they describe it is imposter syndrome, IS, and I messed that up when I was talking to Kai. I was just read it as is. Imposter syndrome is a behavioral health phenomenon described as self-doubt of intellect, skills, or accomplishments among high-achieving individuals. So, these individuals cannot internalize their success and subsequently experience pervasive feelings of self-doubt, anxiety, depression, and/or apprehension of being exposed as a fraud in their work, despite verifiable and objective evidence of their successfulness. The terms imposter syndrome and imposter phenomenon are used interchangeably. In our experience, imposter syndrome is more popular, but the article states with imposter phenomenon gaining more frequent use in recent literature. So what I was reading was basically literature. Apparently it's been identified since 1978, and the only other thing worth mentioning here is that there's an established relationship between imposter syndrome and other behavioral health disorders such as burnout, depression, anxiety, exacerbation of other behavioral health issues. So it just worsens what you have as well. So obviously it's not a good thing to have, and that's why it is a topic of discussion for today.
I feel so violated and exposed. So now that we know what imposter syndrome is, we actually reviewed, we reviewed a couple of questions that was set to us on Marshmallow. Once again, if you want to send us an anonymous questions or comments or anything, it could be about today's stream topic or something else. It's fine, but I will check it constantly, so don't worry if you're sending it late. We will close it whenever we want to, okay? Anyway, since we're talking about it, so right now we're gonna talk about the very first one that appeared. So the very first one is okay, I don't know where to put it, but I'll just put it top of 0 because he's the shortest here right now.
Yeah, me. I put it on my top screen, Kai, because I'm actually looking up at it.
Oh. Any tips on how to deal with imposters? I cannot answer this question. Well, I kind of can, because it's like you want tips on how to deal with it, but it's not about me, so I can technically answer this question. But
okay, let's take this two ways. Okay, so I can give you tips on how to deal with imposter syndrome based on what the article says, and then I can give you my own personal tips. But I think a better way to rephrase that question would be any tips on how to cope with imposter syndrome, because dealing means you're done with it, like you dealt with it, right? Like you're done. It's no longer a thing. So let's let Kai tell you how he copes with imposter syndrome as best as he can, because he struggles with it, but it's better than nothing. So I feel like that's more important, like especially if we have anybody who has like a first-hand experience like of it. It's better to hear their input on it, and then I can just give you my opinions on that.
I'm gonna be honest, once you realize you have imposter syndrome, it's technically an incurable thing. I wouldn't call it a disease or an illness or a sickness, because it's not really one. It's not really something that you can get diagnosed by a psychiatrist or a psychologist, because it's not an official medical term for you to use. But once you're aware that you have imposter syndrome, you're pretty much you're left for a lifetime to cope with it for at least for a very, very long period of time. In terms of how I cope with it, Simply put, for me, what I would do is just simply I work more, and like some time to time I might look for a like assurance, like confirmation from like people around me, especially people who are close to me. Like sometimes Zero does that, sometimes Many-san does that. Sometimes Mari, some of you might know Mari. Like I will like ask them like I'll tell them like I don't. For example, I tell them that I don't think I'm doing well as a content creator, and it's really hard to deal with it. And then I would like say like the numbers are not adding up to viewerships, which I've addressed like quite recently about, and it kind of eats you from inside out. Which what I mean by that is you from like the form of you being like, oh, I don't think the results is what people expect from me, and then you felt like you're not good enough, and then you set even higher expectation for yourself every time you do something. I don't know if you notice this, but like for me at least, back during PNG days, kind of content that I make and the content I make now are very different. Include like I'm tapping into 3D stuff, I'm tapping into like live 2D stuff like it's like to me I felt like I'm never good enough, and then it gives me anxiety on its own, and it does affect my depression into like saying like, well, like, oh, you're never gonna be good enough, or like no one's gonna watch your content because you're boring. Like all this stuff will come eating you, but having a reassurance from other people does help. It, at least even if it's a low tap bit, it does ease yourself a little bit. And in a way, I think one of the latest way that I deal, like how I cope with it, is to find acceptance in what I'm doing. Like accept the fact that there are people who watches your stuff. Find acceptance in like the smallest things. It doesn't have to be big things. It doesn't have to be like for example, like this stream, like only one person appear for the stream. That is like acceptance that at least there's someone who's actually willing to watch your stream. Someone's willing to spend your time to watch your stream. That kind of thing. So it's like just find acceptance, even if it's like a little small, tiny thing. And then from that, you'll slowly gain like a bit of confidence, and then confidence will help you with imposter syndrome, and then it goes around as a loop. But unfortunately, unless you break the loop of feeling like imposter syndrome, you pretty much might get like a more and more severe kind of imposter syndrome. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but
Yeah.
how I cope with it is basically like that.
So the key points you mentioned is that you reach out to other people. I would say that probably is one of the biggest things. You reach out to people you know you can trust in. That's one of the things you mentioned. And the other way is you find little things to latch onto to help you cope with it a little bit. So, you know, oh, go ahead.
Like the funniest thing for me is the first person that was telling me all this stuff is actually Zero. Zero DM'd me and sent me a voice message out of nowhere about it, and like, Kai, like you need to know that, yeah, I know you're doing imposter syndrome stuff like that, but you need to know that, like, he gave me a lot of encouragement stuff like that, you know. Encouragement does help you too, by the way.
Yes. So if you have a friend that you know struggles with this kind of stuff, and you don't, or even if you do, the best thing you can do is out of nowhere just validate what they're doing, and you know, let them know that it's not a fluke. You know, it's there because of their hard work that they are where they're at, and that, you know, they deserve the recognition that they think that they don't. So, but yeah, the key points that I think Kai mentioned were definitely reaching out to your friends, people that you trust. Even if they're not your friends, at least maybe this is where I guess your therapist would be someone you trust.
Really?
But you would have to. That's like a key.
Yeah, you're kind of forced to.
And then the other one is he finds little things to latch on to that help him cope with it. Those are the main two things that Kai has done so far with coping with it. And I'll be honest with you, he's improved a lot. He's still not perfect with dealing with it, but he's improved a lot. But
I mean,
it's
you've
better
seen
to
it.
hear someone telling you that. Like, it's better to hear the harsh truth than someone saying, "Oh yeah, no, Kai, you're perfectly dealing with your imposter." This BS. I don't do that to your friends. It gives them a false sense of like positivity, and it would just make their imposter syndrome worse, honestly. Because now they don't know if they can trust what you say to them because they know you're lying because they don't
It's
feel that
also
way.
like, because like when you have imposter syndrome and then you flat out lie about that, it makes it worse because it makes them think like they're just saying it for the sake of saying it. Because part of imposter syndrome is you'll feel that people around you are praising you for your work just because they're saying it out of goodwill. That is a part of imposter syndrome. At least that's
Yeah.
how I felt. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a doubt of a double meaning behind people's compliments. Like, are you saying that to be nice or do you actually mean it? And the thing is, it can be both. You can both mean it and be nice about it. And for people with imposter syndrome, I feel like, from my experience, I feel like they have a difficult time distinguishing between a genuine compliment for no reason other than it's just being nice, and then a really heartfelt compliment. They have difficulty distinguishing that, and it's not their fault. But other than that, the NIH website I'm on, their recommendation is self-reflection, obviously counseling, cognitive behavioral therapy, psychotherapy, pharmacologic therapy. Basically, tons of therapies is what they recommend. This is obviously going to be their recommendation for most of these things.
So true.
But the one that came out that stood out a little bit is is gratitude exercises to focus on what one has accomplished. So little exercises where you're like grateful of what you have done, of where you are at, and that kind of plays a little into what Kai mentioned. So,
Yeah.
in my opinion, I think that if you want any tips to deal with imposter syndrome, is to um, look at things from a standpoint you really shouldn't be doing, but it will help with your imposter syndrome. Is you can look at stuff from if you're not a numbers person, go ahead and look at the numbers because that's something factual, something like tangible. It's there in front of you. Then you can't just randomly edit the numbers, and if you where it can be detrimental, I will give you a warning. Where it can be detrimental is if you have extremely high expectations of yourself at the same time. It can be a double-edged sword, so use it very sparingly. Like, don't become addicted to constantly checking your numbers and stuff, because it's just gonna worsen your imposter syndrome. So, but it's good to like check and be like, hey, I have, especially for content creators, hey, I have, if you're looking at it from a content creator point of view, hey, I have this many subscribers, I have this much reach or this much interaction, and I feel this way about my current position. And if you have imposter syndrome, you're gonna feel like you don't deserve what the numbers you have right now.
It feels
But
exposed.
but then the flip side of the coin is if you check your numbers too much, you start comparing yourself to other people that are doing better, and that's also imposter syndrome working there, because it plays into it will make you have low self-esteem, probably depression, which will lead to you overworking to reach better numbers, which then leads to burnout, which then is just a big negative feedback loop, and anxiety probably as well thrown in there. And if you have like health problems already, like it's just a big chain of negative things you don't need and you don't want. So to avoid that, I would recommend, more than anything, if you don't have personal friends that you can trust like that, find groups where you can be anonymous and share your experiences. A big part of any mental health thing, in my opinion, is being able to first realize that you're not alone in any type of like situation. Like, millions of people feel the same way as you do. So the first step is to recognize that you're not alone. Like, that's really a big step, honestly. That's one of the biggest steps. And the second biggest step would be to get it out of your system. Say it to somebody. Say it anonymously. Say it however you want to. And that way, you know, at least someone can, even if nobody like responds to it, even if nobody replies to it, at least it's out in the public, and you're like, somebody saw it. Even if they didn't reply, somebody saw it. And it will help you a lot. My personal recommendation is to, if you're in this type of like imposter syndrome mentality or anything like that, and if you're really tuned into music, if music is a big part of your life, do not listen to like sad and depressing music. It just feeds the yes, you can relate to it. Yes, it evokes these emotions of like it'd be the same thing I was saying earlier. You feel like someone else shares your pain and you find comfort in that, but you should not be finding comfort in depression. Change your songs, be a little bit, you can be what is the right term I'm looking for? Bittersweet music. If you can't listen to happy music because it makes you depressed, just listen to bittersweet music. You know, things will get better. It's a lot better than just listening to sad music. You're just gonna drive yourself further down the hole for any kind of real disorder, or if whatever they call them. Because I don't think, like Kai said, I don't think this one's a disorder. Personally, I think this is just one of the many things that make other disorders worse.
It's like a combination of the existing mental health things that you have, or probably even physical health things, and then spiraling out chain. It's like it's part of the process, I guess.
Yeah, it feeds into it negatively, and we don't want that.
Yeah. Okay, next question.
Go for it.
One. The next one is technically the same thing. Because how did you do it? Yeah, I practically.
You answered the deal. You answered the deal.
I literally just answered it. The
and
other
I think
thing
I gave
would
the most
add on,
tips.
like the only thing that I'll add on about imposter syndrome when it comes to like content creating, when you're looking at numbers, the one that Zero talked about, the other con part, like the negative part, is when you start looking at numbers start plunging down, like even if it's -1 subs or one, like the viewership is like very low, you will start to feel way more anxious than you normally would. Like the moment when you start being stagnated, that is like the scratch of the whole thing. But the moment when the number starts going down, that's when you start feeling worse. That's when things start to spiral out of control. That's kind of what it is.
It's like, why am I doing this, right? Like, so, but don't feel that way. Like, the reason is because, you know, whoever that person was just no longer vibes with your stuff, and you should actually be happy, I think, that people go away if they feel like they don't vibe with you anymore, because you're isolating your community to be a little bit more niche, but that's a good thing in the long run.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And
plus,
I guess if you want to, let's step out of content creation for a little bit. Like, even in real life, if you have imposter syndrome at work, like you just do really well at work and you feel like you don't deserve the position you're in or the pay that you're being paid, this is not something that just affects, like, you know, content creators. This affects everybody and different aspects.
Work,
people in politics,
life.
People in it affects a lot of people, but it's the same feedback. It's the same idea of, I don't deserve to be where I'm at despite my accolades, and that's not how you should be viewing life, and you need to talk to people about that.
Plus, I think the other positive tip that I have, I didn't really mention this because I didn't think of it when I first saw the question, but when Zero was talking about it, I just remembered how I also cope with it, but it's like subconsciously. You have to try to start to look at life in a positive aspect than the negative side. it will definitely assist in helping you to cope with imposter syndrome. Like for me, like I said earlier, an example of content creating, I used to look at in the negative side when like our content was like the viewership and like the subscription. I think like the subscribers were very stagnant, or like it didn't meet to on par of what my expectations were. I start to like get like feeling burnout. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I did felt burnout, but there's this part where I did self-reflection, and then I start looking things in a more positive way, that at least there are people who are staying because they actually enjoy the content rather than everyone being out of it. And as well as like people do come and go if they want to support other people and they didn't have time to support me, or even if like they just don't, like what Zero said, they don't vibe with me anymore, that's fine. People who actually enjoys and wants to watch and support your content for a long-term run, they will stay. It's like friends in terms of real life. You would rather have quality friends than quantity friends, you know?
Yeah, in the long run, another what's the right word here? Another viewing point, another angle to look at this from is, in the long run, are you going to do your channel? If you're a content creator, you're gonna do your channel. What are you doing it for? Like, that's the self-reflection part. Why am I doing this? Am I doing this because I want big numbers and a lot of subscribers and a lot of like ads and money, which is most content creators, by the way? Or am I doing this because I really want to actually, you know, not just like have a channel to be myself and, you know, post things I like and play games that I like, but am I actually doing anything for anybody? And that's where a lot of content creators will go wrong. In the like, you can see it, like eventually like they lose their spark, and that's why, because they realize too late that they have this big platform but they're not using it for things that they wanted to, and it really takes a toll on them. And it's just sad to see content creators, really big ones, suffer from that. But it's just another form of the imposter syndrome. Because once you get to that level, like imagine if you have 2 million, 3 million subs, really big content creators, and you're like, well, what is my content? And it's like, yeah, people like me for this type of content, but like, does anybody know the real me? Am I really a person to them? That hurts a lot of content creators really deep. And you just never see it because they can't post about it, because they've already made their whole channel about never talking about these things. And it's just tragic.
Honestly, not gonna lie, that's you, Zero.
What?
That's low-key. In a way, it is. You. For those who don't know, Zero used to
Oh yeah, but it's not imposter syndrome. That's just,
it's not.
that's
It's not
something I saw.
Yeah. It's just closely related, you know. Like
yeah.
If for those who don't know, I knew this, and before Zero actually stepped down from his old channel, he did talk to me about, like, he did talk to me about why he wanted to do that in the first place, before even staying in his Discord server, honestly. But if for those who don't know, Zero used to be, before he became like a VTuber, like he decided to pursue VTubing, he was a huge ML content creator in NA, right? Yeah.
I wouldn't say huge, but yeah.
Yo, mate, don't get me started.
No. That's actually not imposter syndrome. I honestly, genuinely don't think huge. It's because at some point I had big growth, but because of like college and working 3 jobs, I couldn't maintain the content output. And I just tried to make a comeback, which I think I did good on the comeback. It's just like, the thing is, like, it's the same thing. As I grew older, yes, I still like love the game. I still like enjoy playing it and making all these strategies and stuff. But you know, you never. It's like the same thing. As I grew older, and I experienced a lot more things, I felt like this is not what I want to do. And I'm grateful for Kai, because he kind of edged me into doing VTubing. I'm like, well, it's okay, because
Did I?
no. Yeah, you said just try it out, and I did, and I just got like a very cheap model, and I just tried it out for a long time, and I was like, yeah, I can do this. But the thing about it was, like, because of that, it's like, well, I can have, the thing is, my real life is very busy most of the time. And so most of the time I have to spend is when I can't do streaming. So like I woke up at 5 a.m. to do this, and I don't regret it, but it's still like I don't have a lot of time to actually stream, but I do have a lot of time to write and do other things. And that's one of the things that, it's like I want to redo this. And if there's some people, like I know Kev is in here, and bye Charlie, by the way. And
Bye,
I know Kev is
Charlie.
in here, and so Kev came from there, and he knows firsthand the type of community that ML has, and it's like this is vastly different from the ML version of Zero. This is real Zero. And the reason I want to put myself behind a VTube model is because it, believe it or not, it actually makes you. I've looked at a lot of different VTubers, and I feel like it's easier to listen to some person on the screen that's in 2D form than someone who's in real life form, because people start to nitpick things about their character. It's like, and they want them to be this perfect thing. And our VTube model is already like never gonna change unless you get like a new model, obviously. But people tend to they're able to focus more on the personality behind the model, because that's all you have. Besides having a nice looking model, you only have the personality behind the model to look forward to. It's like, oh, you change your hair, or like, oh, you did this, oh, you look a little tired today. All these things that, can have an impact on your mental health, they don't exist in the VTubing world. So, yeah.
Yee. Oh, okay.
But no,
so...
I don't think I was a big
Oh,
content creator. What I would say is that I didn't know how to do it. I was good at doing what I like to do, I would say.
Okay, that's true. Okay, bye, Chang. Thank you so much for coming, and hopefully I can see you in the next stream, in the future stream ahead.
Bye, Chang.
And Ria, welcome. Ria and Uni. Sorry for the late welcome, but welcome to the stream. Welcome. Hope you all had a lovely day. Have a lovely day of you. Welcome to the podcast. Again, if you have any questions or anything that you want to comment anonymously, feel free to on our Marshmallow. Okay, it's on the pin comment.
Ideally, if you want to drop a comment, if they're related to Imposter Syndrome, that'd be better. But it's not like restrictive. Like I said, it's a safe space. So if you feel like you're in the right zone, you're feeling the right things, and you just want to drop a comment about how you feel, go for it. Because it's like, if you're in this safe space, nobody's gonna judge you. If anybody does come in here to like talk BS, or be rude, or just be a mean person, they'll just get banned.
Oh, they're gonna be timeout and then banned. Yeah, that's the reason why we have it in our stream.
Yeah.
It's funny because we were both deciding which channel to stream. Originally, I wanted this podcast to be on Zero's channel, not mine. But
I don't have any assets yet.
That's one. I mean, I already provided you this background asset, but
yeah. What you see is what I have right now.
Yeah, but it's also because in a way, our channel, like, I don't want to say my channel because I never really view it that way, but our channel, it's like we have more supportive, open-minded, and like in a more safer end of a community on its own that unfortunately not much VTubing community has. So we end up
a lot of the trolls that tend to come into these types of things, like, oh, look at these bunch of what is the term over here in the States, snowflakes discussing their mental health, and they're like, they start to drive like, oh no, like, look at, and it's like viewed as a negative thing, like, and those people are the people that need it the most, to be, if we're being honest here. The people that if they ever come in here, all like that, they really need it more than anybody else. So don't, like, you can be disgusted if you want, because that's my natural reaction. I'm just disgusted at those comments, but at the same time, I feel bad for them. So
oh yeah, that's so
I don't know how to describe it. I feel
Like,
disgusted and sad for them at the same time. Like, I'm sorry,
it's
bro. I
like
hope things get
they
better.
need help, but their only way of outlet is to be mean to others. That's kind of sad.
Yeah, it's like
No.
I want to give them a hug, but like I don't want to at the same time because it disgusts
It's
me.
like you're conflicted. You're like, oh. Okay, so the next question. I do have 2 questions that were not related, so I'm gonna move. I will come back to that
No,
question,
put them up. I want to see.
You want?
Oh,
Okay.
not right now though. Not right now though.
No, later. Later. So the next one, that it's related to our today's topic. How did you found? Oh my god! How did you found out that you have imposter syndrome? What do you feel when you realize you have it? Well, Zero don't really have one, actually. You don't, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
The thing is, if anything, whenever I do the debut or whatever, I've mentioned it to many people many times. I want to have like 50 subs max. Because I really don't want people to like actually view my content. No, like I'm being honest. This is not imposter syndrome. I really don't want people to like view my content. I kind of want it to be more of like a diary in a sense. Like, yeah, like if you see it, good for you. If you don't, like it's just like
It is what
you
it
know
is.
something I can like if you want me to be honest with you, I want to be able to like show this to like if I ever have kids or if I ever have like people that I don't know like or like yeah or just people like hey you should listen to this guy, he talks about that, and it's like a different way of saying this is me telling you the same things. But it's like I can then share it. Like I want my if anything I want my content to be stuff that you can like send to somebody when they're having a hard time or when you're just like hey you should check this out because it's like interesting. I don't that's
cool.
my goal. It's a very different goal than many people, so
True.
that's why I don't want many of the subs, because I feel like I said, I feel like if I want subs, because I've had the types of subs that are just kind of like there for just just chilling, and I've had the types of subs like Kev that are just there because they felt the vibe. I want more of the people like Kev. They're just more pleasant to be around, and it makes you feel better as a content creator. Because even if it's like 2 or 3 people watching, they're really, really, really watching.
Yeah,
and
they're
that
being
makes you feel a lot better.
attentive. Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we answer the Marshmallow question again, so Luisa, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Hope you have a lovely day.
Hi.
Lovely day of you. Welcome to our podcast. Before we answer this Marshmallow question, Kev asked a question. Now, can imposter syndrome also affect daily activities like drawing? We didn't mention it earlier, but yes, definitely. It affects...
Absolutely.
It could affect you in many ways than one. Like, for me, it affects in everything that I do. Every single thing that I do. Which is kind of weird. It's kind of weird. I would say it's more of like the severe aspect of imposter syndrome, but there are people who have it mildly, like just like a low tad bit. But either way, imposter syndrome is an imposter syndrome. So yes, it can affect your daily activities like drawing, even like your lifestyle and stuff like that.
Yeah, so for drawing specifically, I know a lot of the artists, you would call them, that even though their art is really, really good, like extremely good, they also don't feel like they should be, for example, charging so much for their art if they charge for their art. Some of them don't feel like they should be charging at
someone.
Some of them don't feel like they should be charging at all. Some of them don't, like they do the comparison thing. They're like, oh, I'm not as good as that person, so I shouldn't charge as much as that person. It's like, no, it's your art. It's like, look at your art. People are saying, like, and then be able to accept both types of comments. Like, oh, that looks really good, because some people just say that to be nice. But then look at the feedback. Like, that looks really good, and like, I feel like the eyes look a little bit weird, but other than that, the rest of it looks really, really well. Those are really good feedback as well. Then there's also genuine feedback of people that just love your art style with all its imperfections, and they like that part of it. And you have to be able to accept those comments as well. Like, be able to take different types of compliments without
Like,
feeling guilty about your
even
skill level.
constructive, especially constructive comments, because some people might come out rude when they're talking about constructive comments. You need to figure out how to accept it in a way that it's acceptable for you and good for you, obviously.
Actually, let me tackle the big three right now, which is art. Well, because it was four, because we just went through content creation. So, art we just explained. Music, singing. That's another one where you will always constantly improve if you practice every day. But imposter syndrome can really affect your view on things. And so I a year ago I wanted to do some singing. I am in a vastly different singing space compared to last year. But that's because I don't have imposter syndrome, right? That I can see that difference. If I had it, I wouldn't be able to be. I would be like constantly straining my voice and doing things that hurt my singing. Actually, would actually affect it negatively if I didn't, realize that it's a slow process. Art, we just said, sorry. And then the other part of music is if you're like making music, you're not singing, but you're creating music. Like,
Composer.
yeah, if you feel like I could have done this better, I could have mixed this better. Same thing. It's like it's the same thing. You just all start to not accept the value or the level at which you make your content. It's still a different form of content, but it's still yours. And I feel like those affect the VTuber community the most, in my opinion.
Anything related to arts
Those four?
aspect, basically.
Yeah, I feel like those affect the VTubing community the most. Oh, actually, there's another one. If you're like if your VTubing aspect is as a gamer, like a professional gamer, or if you're like a really competitive gamer, that would be another imposter syndrome right there. Like clearly, like I don't know, the first thing that came to my mind was like Apex Legends. If you're like an Apex Predator, but you're not number one, like bro,
like champion.
It's the same. Yeah, it's like oh you accidentally you messed up, you made a simple mistake, and you end up like, oh no, I died within the first like 30 seconds of the match. I am dog water, and my people think I'm dog water now. Like that's imposter syndrome. Like why am I even at this level if I suck so bad? Like no, you just be willing to admit mistakes and be like, geez, like accept compliments more than anything. Like you're at where you're at for a reason. There's a lot of hard work that goes into that,
Like fun fact, because I can't speak English anymore. I do think management will affect imposter syndrome as well. If you are doing management work, or just in general for yourself, not even for other people, it's gonna affect you a lot, especially when you're doing it for other people. Like I had chances where I had to manage for Zero and for Light. Some of you might know Light, but technically speaking, I did help manage Zero's stuff. Especially his like modeling aspect, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. So I can be very nitpicky.
I also have another manager that's a female. FYI, just putting that out there.
Yeah. So it's like I can be very nitpicky, but it's like what Zero might not see, because like overall he will think like, oh, this is really very very good. But as someone who has like viewed more VTubers, has more experience in the field, and that kind of understands the mechanics, and am a VTuber myself, I nitpick way more than Zero did. Like I believe I sent you like an entire block of text for it.
Yeah, and so
like a whole
that's
essay.
That's just how I am though. Like I have a really heavy bias to anybody's art. You can send me stick figures and I'll be like, yo,
that's so good, man.
I'm sorry, that's just how I am. And it's not like being nice, I'm like actually impressed half the time.
It's funny. but like because I have the responsibility to be his manager in a way. So whenever I felt like it's not on par of my expectation and not on par of what Zero's branding should be like, I get very nitpicky, and then after I nitpick it, I felt very anxious. It's like, am I overstepping a boundary in CFI?
No.
Then, and like a lot of things come into play. It's like imposter syndrome is like it's not only like you having anxiety and depression, it's also the fact that when you have no to or low self-esteem, it's gonna make it kind of way worse.
It's like, yeah, it's like sometimes when I have to ask Kai for feedback, I'm like, hello, don't feel, I have to like force it out of him, like don't feel bad about going all out, like I have to like make sure he's like knows this like ahead of time, because otherwise he doesn't know this, but I know that he knows subconsciously that I know that he's holding back. And he hates that I can pick up on that, because I'm just like, hey, no.
Like, you have more, don't you? You have more. I'm like,
yeah, it's like stop knowing this. Stop knowing this. I know
like,
that's what you're thinking.
Stop. Like, for the model, like, we took 2 days, I think, 2 days to for me to like say a lot of the critics. And when I said like the points, I had to like go an entire loop and then do it very straightforwardly, because I didn't want to feel bad, because he was gonna like, apparently he was gonna say it to the artist. So
yeah, like I don't mind. It's like you're not talking. The thing is that he views it as things that can't be fixed. So it's like, this sucks, and I'm like, no, I can go back and get it fixed, bro. This is why I'm asking.
So yeah, that's pretty much.
Hold up. I think. Hold up. Let me read. I'm reading comment.
Okay, you should read it out loud, mate. Read.
Hold up. I'm trying to see if I can go back to the starting point. It's just my brain is doing backflips right now. Okay.
How do you? What? Are you drinking enough coffee?
Actually, let me take another sip.
Oh my freaking god! I should not have to talk about it.
Okay. Okay. I love when. Okay, so this is from Kev. I love when people give me critiques, especially when drawing. Of course, I have history showing some of you guys need to see them. Yeah, like exactly. Like yeah, like okay. That's just a good comment in general. Like that's a good way to look at things. Like because otherwise you can't improve if people just keep on saying you. It looks good. Nothing to fix. No, like don't be that friend. And just give them. Don't be that friend. It's annoying. It really is. Especially if you like trust that person.
Yeah, like don't say it just for the sake of saying it. Like when you say something nice, this is a bit about humans' psychology. Is you start off with something nice and then end up with a critic and then compliment them again. Yeah, that's a roundabout loop.
If you send for example, there's a difference. So like if you spam me with art, I can't give it as much time and effort as one single piece. But if you do send me like a single piece, I can like look at it and be like, hey, this person really wants me to look at this one piece and tell them to give them feedback on it, and it's like, look, I can think about like how long it would take me to draw something like that. I'm like, this is a lot of time invested, so I have to invest almost an equal amount of time in like wording the things correctly to not hurt their feelings, but yet be critiquing at the same time. So that's something that's not easy to do, but it's very rewarding to do for both of y'all. Yeah, Ian, that's actually the reason I stopped music production, so it's refreshing to get another view on this. Yeah, the music comment. Yeah, I figured those are the big four.
The big four.
I don't remember the number now.
5 probably, because
yeah.
we're talking about management too.
But yeah, if you feel like that's your passion and you're burned out and you've been gone away from it for a while, I would say look into what's popular right now, look into what your personal style is, and then find your middle ground. Because let's be honest, if you're being in any of the arts, it's always about appealing to the community. So your personal style is unique, and you can't build a base for your personal style unless you make a middle ground with the general community. So you have to find what's popping, for lack of a better term, and then eventually, if you get a big enough following, then you can make your own individual stuff and be like, this is my own thing. And the best example I can think about that one is for like V singers. they do a lot of covers and stuff, and you know, people really like how they do their covers, really like their singing style. Then they make their original songs, and that's their work. And you know, that's a healthy way of doing things. But you do have to appease to the masses first. You have to get people to view you somehow. So it takes a lot of. I wouldn't say it's fake work because it's still your own work. It's just your own style, your own interpretation of somebody else's work. But then you can make something that's completely yours and yours only. And yeah, you see if people vibe with it, and if people don't vibe with it because there's some improvement to be made, that's the best type of criticism you can get.
I think it's also like you have to also first off test out different styles and then find one that fits you best, that you personally enjoy and personally like a lot. That's also the long process. It's nothing. It's a sprint. It's always a marathon. Like in order to achieve what you want, especially on the long-term run, it's always a marathon. It's never a sprint. It's never a 24 hours thing that you could do like a couple of hours. It's always like some people may take days, weeks, months, even years to achieve what they have. But there are some people who are lucky, some people who are very, very talented on its own. But everyone has their own pace, you know. So
I'll give you a personal example. It's not in the same arts, it's in writing. I do not feel this is genuinely, I do not feel like my writing level is at the level of a proper author. That's not imposter syndrome. I think that's after a lot of actual analysis, and because I read a lot of books, I see how they write. The only thing I have going for me is that my stories are very unique because I don't quick confession here, I don't make the stories up myself. They just literally come from my dreams. I'm like, damn, that was a good movie, let me write that down. Then I have to fill in the plot holes. That's how I do my writing. But it's not like, you know, well written or anything like that. The story itself is very nice, it's very good, but the writing of it, the process of writing it, is somewhere I have years and years of improvement to do. And so that's very difficult for me. But and the only thing I feel bad about is not practicing it more, not continuing my stories, not writing them all down, because at the same time I get the burnout. You get writer burnout very fast, especially if you don't know how to fill in a plot hole or what type of language to use. We all experience it, but in my case, it's not imposter syndrome. It's just simple burnout and procrastination.
Where were we at? Oh yeah, in the comments. Oh, bro, freaking! Oh, I gotta do it the other way. Critics in art can actually help you see what you can improve more in your drawing. But of course, some people will feel down when they receive critics. That's when you have to be very open-minded and know how to use comments, how to receive constructive comments. A lot of times people will think like, oh, it's just critics, it's not a constructive comment. But it's more of like your perspective and how to make it. There are some people who can be very, very, very flat out honest and say like, oh, this is shit. Well, that is obviously not a constructive comment. But if they're like saying like, okay, like
this
I know
part
this is really,
was
really
shit.
nice. like I know this is nice, but then they're like, this part I think might need a bit of tweaking or something like that. That is constructive comment, okay? That is kind of a constructive comment. But again, it is part of your perspective, your feedback, of how you're receiving feedback, basically.
I would say that from my experience, people feel when they realize they have inspector syndrome. What? Imposter syndrome. Inspector syndrome. What is that? No. From what I've seen, that people, when I either make people realize they have imposter syndrome, or when they self-realize, they always feel exposed. That's their first feeling. They feel exposed.
Speaking from
so if you feel exposed, you probably have imposter syndrome.
Speaking from experience.
Not gonna lie.
Where were we? Not gonna lie, nitpicking is such a Kai's thing now. Okay, what's funny is so many people always come to me when they want something to be nitpicked, like straight out honest and very specific. I think. I don't know why. I could have a bit more of like an eye to nitpick stuff, but I just there are a lot of times I feel bad when I'm nitpicking stuff because I felt like I'm not the professional. I'm not that experienced enough, or like I'm not the person that I should be nitpicking about something because I don't have the basic or enough knowledge to nitpick it. So like in the case of like models, like for Zero's case, I was able to nitpick it because I was very. I have friends who are like the riggers. I have friends who are like the artists themselves. I myself have nitpicked my own models and stuff like that. I have like basically I have a lot of connections and knowledge about it. I have research about it, so I could nitpick. That was not a problem. But if let's say people were asking me to nitpick about the art style, then I cannot nitpick that. I cannot do that.
Yeah,
like,
no, that's unique.
There's no way I can.
Yeah. By the way,
So
I moved the chat on my screen to like where the chat is on your stream, Kai. Now it looks, when I'm reading comments, it looks like I'm actually reading comments. Just a random side note here. So if you see me looking this way, guys, I'm actually like looking at the chat, literally in real life. So.
And then if he looks up, he's basically looking at the box.
Yeah,
don't worry.
yeah. If I'm looking up, I'm looking at the stuff above my head, and if I look this way, I'm looking at Kai.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. My model doesn't have that right now because I'm constantly facing on my screen that I could read chat and everything. Because I have to monitor my OBS compared to Zero.
Yeah.
But yeah. Knowing your bad side can always help you improve yourself more because you know what and where to improve. Exactly. That's where the nitpicking constructive advice helps you.
Yeah. Perfectionism is not really a bad thing unless it starts to affect you negatively.
Oh,
like
yeah.
if it starts you can be a perfectionist, but you can be a healthy perfectionist. Like there's a certain level where the best advice for that there's a coworker of mine that's a perfectionist. The best advice they ever told me is for people, because I asked people that I know that have these things, like, so how do you do it? Like, what's your best advice? And their best advice is time invested. Once you get diminishing returns and you know it's diminishing returns, stop. It's not going to get any more perfect than that. I mean, it will, but it's not worth your time. Better start a new project. That's their advice. I mean, I well, I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but yes.
Right. The more you talk about that, the more I feel like I'm being targeted. Anyway.
Well, I mean, that goes to show that imposter syndrome exacerbates other moods or whatever the proper term is for those things.
It's like everything. It's like everything else is just a side effect.
It's like plus one, but it's like minus one because it's a negative effect.
Yeah.
It's like a debuff, minus 20%.
It's a freaking ripoff. I dabble in 3 kinds of art, so I'm trying to find a balance in managing all 3. For me, at least, I suggest you to start focusing on one instead of a lot of things all at once. Once you start focusing on one, take things step by step. When you focus on one thing, you're able to improve slowly, and then once you feel like you're ready, you could try out the next one, you know? And from there, you can find out your own style, and then, you know, enhance, and etc. From there. You can move on from there. That kind of thing. Negative things can be positive to others, depends on how they look at it. Basically a perspective, yes. It's like, okay, like I said, I have imposter syndrome. Zero does not. But yet Zero can have a high level empathy, so you could kind of feel how we felt.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what I feel might be, what I feel and what Zero feel is a whole different thing. Like, the way I cope, like, even if Zero gave me a couple of advice to cope with it, it does not really affect me as strongly as how it might have affected him. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's all about your people's personality, perspective, and the
if you
like in a way
really
how they
wanna
receive
change,
things.
like the biggest step for anything is you have to be willing to change. You will get nowhere if you're not willing to change. That's a fact.
It is.
So if you have like, if you have imposter syndrome, you're like, I have this, and this is what I identify as having imposter syndrome, and I am comfortable with having this. Yeah, you're gonna have it forever.
Well, I'm not comfortable with having it, so.
Yeah, and if you're not comfortable with having it and you're making active changes to it, eventually you'll get rid of it. It might take a long time,
But
but
it
you'll
will
get
take
there.
a long time. Yeah, definitely. I don't struggle
Other
from
than that, I
imposter
think-
syndrome. Yeah.
I think we've addressed all the comments except for Ria's last one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's where you were going.
One, yeah. I don't
Ye-
struggle from imposter syndrome because I don't really have it. I struggle more of artist perfectionism. We'll touch about that on the next topic, okay? The next topic will probably be about something. We've decided. Anyway, about the current Marshmallow question, okay? Frick, I read the question now, but I
think that's
forgot
it.
about it.
No, we
Yeah.
did it. We did it. We've done it. Next one.
No, not really.
Yes, we did.
But-
What do you mean? How did you? Well, I guess for you, how did you find out that you had imposter syndrome? That's the only thing you haven't answered.
Oh, yeah. Like, I
'Cause I know
technically answered how I realized I have it. Wait, I didn't actually realize. Wait, what? Wait.
How did you find out?
Okay, so
So the
honestly,
gradual
I
thing?
don't really know how I found it out. It just happens naturally. I think
So it was
it
gradual.
was. Yeah, it's like. It was like more of like I Google it. Like, you know, there's this one particular point where a lot of
You have a
VTubers
doubt and you
start-
Google it. And...
Yeah. Like a lot of VTubers are saying like, "Oh, I have imposter syndrome," blah blah blah. And I'm like, I know
What is that?
what it is, but I don't know if like I'm under, like I actually have it or not. Then I Google it, and then I found out the definition of imposter syndrome, and then I think that's when I start like doubting a lot. And as time passes by, I felt like, yeah, I think I really do have imposter syndrome. That's probably how I found it. But how I feel when I finally accepted that I have imposter syndrome was very conflicted. I was very, very conflicted. It's like I didn't want to have an additional mental health thing going on, you know? Like I have so much shit. Yeah, it's like if it's at least it's like somewhere around me, I felt like I wish I didn't found out that I have it.
There's an artist. There's an artist called NF, and
Oh, yeah.
he describes his mental health problems as like black balloons that he's carrying around. So I just imagine like another balloon being added to the pile.
Yeah, it's like I kind of low-key wished I didn't find it, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad I did because I finally understood like why I'm actually feeling that way all the time. It's like I finally found something that I could define it, but I don't really use it to like an excuse. I don't like to use the fact that I have imposter syndrome, so thus the creation
Yeah.
of declining of my mental health and stuff. I don't want to use it as an excuse. This is about my perspective. This is where my perspective is a bit different from most people who are talking about their own imposter syndrome. Is I want to change
We
the
have
fact
this in
that
common, by the way. What you're about to say, we have that in common. I'm just letting you know.
yeah. It's like
I don't know
wanna
what he's
kinda
about to
change
say,
it.
by the way.
I kind of want to change the fact that, at the very least, imposter syndrome is something that I could reduce than having it to continue to inflate my other issues. You know? So, yeah.
I'll give you guys my mantra, my life, my only one and only life advice. If you can do this, you literally succeed at everything else. If you can turn your negative things into positive things, or like get energy out of negative things, like motivation. If you can do that, eventually all your negative things will either go away or turn into positive things. Like that's just my my
it
motto.
will reduce in basically negativity will become positive basically.
Yeah, like you can use, it's still an energy, it still exists, but you can use it to fuel the good stuff in your life. Like,
Yeah.
well, I feel like crap because of this reason. So what am I gonna do with this feeling? Well, I guess I'll do this. And if like when I was like, if I get sad, I do get sad, by the way. if I get sad, I'll channel that into singing, and it improves my singing.
It's
So,
funny because I knew what was
win-win.
going on.
So just as an FYI. Okay, but yeah, how did you feel, Kai, when you realized you had it? Exposed or how? Sad? Mad?
It's
I think it's
more
probably
of,
more exposed.
like I said, it's conflicted. Like I felt very conflicted. Both frustrated, irritated, and kind of sad. Not angry, because I don't really feel angry. I just feel like upset. That's it.
But at any point, did you not feel like a little bit comforted because it exists? Like you were not just imagining it?
Yeah, it does. It does. It actually does.
There's a little bit of
yeah.
comfort in that, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what I
like,
meant by like,
It's not any.
if
It's
nobody
not like
talked
some kind
about
of
it.
weird thing. Yeah.
yeah, and if nobody talked about it, you would definitely still feel like uncomfortable because nobody else has this problem but you. But that's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say. A lot of people have a lot of different problems, so you're not alone. And when you can accept that other people have that, like if you have that, it will make you feel comfort that other people struggle with things, and that they can talk about these things. And it's not wrong to talk about these things. It just has to be done in a very safe environment. It really does.
It's kind of funny because when I came to VTubing, that's like the whole. You know this actually. Like I came into VTubing wanting to make it like a positive because safe space, isn't it? And so do you. You want your VTubing to be like that too.
I love Kazuha.
Bruh. Just to let you know, he has his screen background is
Both of my
Kazuha.
backgrounds are Kazuha, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're both animated.
Yeah. So Beth, welcome to the stream, welcome. You have a lovely
So
JFU.
thank you.
Lovely JFU. And I hope you have and welcome to the freaking podcast. Also,
Here,
in terms
take
of
this
like
cookie.
turning negative to positive, this is one thing that I would say is like, this is a very, very, very honest thing. It's not honest. It's not like I'm lying or anything, but it's more of like a very straight up thing. From my past, not me now, but in my past, a lot of people would have probably already gave up, but I did not, which is a good thing. Which is from the day I first start into education system. You know when you have to send kids to education, right? From day one in nursery, or I don't know, you call it nursery or preschool?
Over here we call it preschool.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like before
So
kindergarten?
yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, I call it nursery. For you, you call it preschool. From
Yeah.
nursery or preschool, all the way to like university or something, like until I graduate from like studying. Every single day was like hell for me because I was bullied since day one until the day I graduate. I was still bullied. Even in work, I'm. It's not as bad, but like in school terms wise, I was bullied all the way throughout of my education life, my life in education system. And normally people will have already given up in a way where they drop out of school, or they probably just very suicidal or very, very depressed. I'm not gonna lie to you, I do have that problem, but the fact that I was able to change from this negatively to a positive way, in a way that I kind of target in a way that it is part of life, and it's something that I'm able to been through. I know that people around me have similar or have experienced it before or are experiencing it. That's where I start to tell them like, you're not alone. Like, if you need someone around you, because at that point in time I was very, very low.
Yeah.
I didn't have friends. I had no friends. I'm guaranteeing you, I had 0 friends. My very first friend I ever made from school was in high school, and it's only one. I'm still in contact with her, but like, you know, imagine the years and years of time that you're like alone, and your parents
The worst
are
thing
like,
you can do is be alone. That's the
yeah,
worst thing you can
and like
do.
your parents like, you're just being too childish, or like they're just kids or something like that. You know, they're like just just scrub it off, like it's like, oh, it's nothing, that kind of thing. And then you're alone. You deal with it. You're alone.
I'm going to say something that's gonna hit a lot of you really close to home. I'm sorry, but if you grew up feeling the pressure from your parents or parent that no matter what you do, it's not good enough. Like, even if you do really well or you're doing well academically or in sports or whatever, yet they're always trying to like tell you that it's not good enough. If your parents drilled that into you, it can be a very real source for having either perfectionism or like in a toxic way, or having imposter syndrome in the future. Those are very real things from childhood that carry on to as an adult, or it can make you like be very stingy with your money as well, like where you to the point where you feel like spending any money on yourself, on your own mental health, on anything that actually improves your quality of life, you feel like you don't deserve it because all that money could be spent towards making more money. And that's if you grew up with that type of background, it's not easy to get out of that mentality, but you need to spend on yourself. At least start with food. At the very least, start with bettering the food you take, that you eat every day. It'll really start changing how you treat yourself. Treat yourself better, and realize that money comes and goes. It's like you can have tough times with money. You can have okay times with money, but if you have that type of background, you really need to take care of realizing the damage it's done to you. Like, reflect on how that's affected you and how you can fix it, because that's tough, man. I know a lot of people like that.
Yeah, it is. You also feel neglected, like you don't feel loved. That's also another thing that will happen. It's part and parcel, but for me,
so it's difficult to love yourself because of that.
Yeah, that's what happened.
So yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. And so no, it's you do deserve to love yourself. You know, if you can't do that, if you feel like you don't deserve that, you need a lot of work, a lot of reflecting and stuff. Like, you know, you're more than just another human on this planet. The people that can't reflect on themselves, like that decide not to do it and then instead focus on belittling other people, that's where they end up at, man. And it's not good. It just pushes those people further down. It's not their fault either, but you know, that's how they were taught. You know, the strong survive or whatever is what they were taught. You know, it's like that whole alpha male thing. It's like, no, like, bro, we're not dogs. I can call you my dog, but you're not a dog. You know?
But yeah, that's how I became me myself as well. Like, the me that you know now, it's the fact that I was able to turn part of my very negative past into a positive kind of thing, and to like make it in a platform that I'm sharing positively to y'all, and make sure that y'all like don't feel like you're alone, because there are gonna be a lot of people out there who have similar or same situation as you, and they might have felt very lonely or alone, and that's the worst place to be, because it feels like there's no end to it, there's no light to it. Like, you just, like, in a way, you kind of want someone to save you, but you don't know who, you don't know how. That's the reason why, like, I haven't started.
The thing is, nobody will save you. Nobody will directly save you unless you're willing to save yourself. Yeah, you have to be willing to save yourself first before anybody can actually help you. Like, it is impossible for anybody to be like, I can fix you, I can help you, I can make you feel better, if you're not willing to change yourself. It is literally impossible. If you're not willing to change, first of all, you give anybody a chance to like be vulnerable. It's risky because, you know, if you're vulnerable, people can take advantage of that. You know, that's why most people don't want to do it. But, and again, that's why I stress that. That's why I want this to be a safe space, because you can be vulnerable here, and if anybody does do anything, we have the power of the ban. So
Yeah.
you
That's
know,
the reason
but
why
no,
we are hosting this.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's very important that you, at some point in your life, become vulnerable to the right people, because then you can work on improving. There has to be, it's a baby step, but it's the biggest baby step.
It's like, to you it seems like nothing, but like in your own perspective
It's
it
the
seems
biggest
like
thing.
nothing. Yeah, but it's actually a very, very big thing. I wouldn't have known all this until I started VTubing, until I started making actual friends like Zero and stuff like that. Then that's when I started.
I knew this because I'm very observant.
Well, we did have a
I knew
couple
this-
of like heart-to-heart talk behind the scenes. Too,
Yeah.
so.
It's like a lot of the things that I have going for me is that I used to, like, when I was a teenager, I used to like really pay attention to, like, almost like profiling, you could say. Like, you could pay attention to like body movements or facial expressions, the way the people talked, everything like that. Like, I was really hyper focused on that, and that helped me a lot in real life. But then at some point in my life, empathy kicked in really hard, and that just boosted it to like infinite levels almost. It's like, it's not good though. Like, if I'm around the wrong people, I really can become very, very it can lead me into a very dark place that it's like, I don't like to be here.
That's why
Yeah.
you have friends to anchor you.
Yeah. Exactly. The point is, we need each other. That's the point.
Yep, it is true.
You got comments to read, Kai-san.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
or Kai-chan?
bruh,
Kai-chan.
shush.
Kai-chan.
No.
Kai-chan?
Zero, stop! Kai-chan, seriously? Then should I call you Zero-chan?
Hold up. I got you. Kai-sama.
Oh my freaking... It's even more cringe. Ah! Okay, so perspective on something really have a huge impact on how you see things positively and negatively. That is actually very true. That is very true. Like, prime examples. Right there. Not gonna lie, my parents just made me become independent, not because they taught me that way, but because somehow they neglect me a lot. Oh, there are people that are like that. For me personally, it's my parents. My parents. Well, I'm technically I'm Asian. But my parents, they forces my brother and I to be independent. We were forced to even start living like because they both work a lot. And then back then, my brother and I were schooling, so there are gonna be like days when we finish school early, and we're gonna be at home alone, taking care of the house alone. Your meals, you take care of it alone. Basically, you have to be very independent, and this is that perspective of doing, like, to make us grow to be independent when we're older. But the backlash is we could start feeling unloved, feeling like we're being neglected, like our parents don't care about us, things like that. That is entirely possible. What happened to you, Zero?
Sorry for the noise. I'm fixing my thing differently. My phone charged all the way, so now I can have a better position.
Oh, because your model start moving to the left side. You gotta move yourself.
It should be back. Oh, I did it F up. Yeah.
No. You gotta move to the right a little bit more. Right, a little bit more. No, right. A little bit more. Like half a step. Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Yeah,
this is proof of how I'm being nitpicky.
So like my phone was in landscape mode, now it's in portrait mode, but it's a better range of motions like this, but it was charging, so I was like, damn it.
Yeah. This is prime example of how I could be a low-key perfectionist and nitpicky. Anyway, I could understand like whenever someone would ask me, hey, do you want to grab something? I would say only if you're okay with that, of course. But if I said yes, it would kind of sound like I asked too much. It's also like, you could be a people pleaser, if you know what that is. Like, it's like, Zero, why do you look like a Zero-chan? Zero-chan? Zero-kun?
Don't mind me. Continue your thoughts, sir.
but it's also could be like, what a people pleaser is, you're always the yes person, or you always think of being the one to please people. It's very, very straightforward. Like, you're afraid of upsetting them that way, you know? So it could be that, but it also could play a part with, like, imposter syndrome could play a part towards it. You know, I kind of grew up thinking my parents' expectation for me, they never did, but that's how my mind built it to be, that you have to be better for them. Oh yeah, that's definitely imposter. I felt that very personally. It is true. So
It resonated with me.
But one of the thing is also because, like, you are worried that one of the people that you don't want to, like, how do I say, disappoint will be definitely your parents. Your parents are probably one of the couple of people top on the list that you don't want to disappoint, and that's when you start making expectations for yourself, expectations that seems unrealistic.
Honestly, I can relate to that one. The only thing is that I met my parents' expectations because I was lucky enough to not struggle in school, like, naturally. Like, I got lucky.
Good for you.
But if I sucked at academics, I could see where I would have the same issue though, and possibly not be where I'm at today.
But
no, I mean, it's the point is that I got lucky. It's not like, oh yes, it was intentional. No, I got lucky.
Yeah.
Where did we leave off?
They did have expectation for me, but I feel like they don't really care at all. Huh? Why you're saying Kai-chan, Kai-sama? No, you should be saying Zero, not me.
Let me tell you something about that type of parents, because I know a lot of them. A lot of them are my family members. Those types of parents are also the first types of parents to, once you actually do something, even they will claim your successes as theirs. It's like they spent all this time without their help achieving the things that you've achieved, but the moment that you actually achieve any type of success, they will be like, oh yeah, that's because I was so hard on that person, on my child, and that's why they came out to be this way. And it's like, no, they could have been more than that if had you helped them. You're just trying to not feel guilt. But those are the first type of parents that will do that, and it's really annoying to the person.
It is.
You can change the BG, Kai, if you want, to the, like, maybe it's the particles.
Oh, I don't think it's the particles. It's, I don't know.
Maybe reload? I don't know how to reload, by the way. Use the hardware thingy when available.
No, wait, because I press show nothing when playing ends. Bruh.
Bruh.
I was like, why does it keep doing that? It's not doing that anymore, right?
I feel like it is.
It is? No, because I pressed OK earlier.
No, it's like I still see it.
Really?
Maybe it's just my stream. Hold up. Hold up. Let me look at YouTube. Let me look at YouTube. Chill. Because you know how Discord is like glitchy.
Oh wait. Yeah. It just did that, bruh.
Wait, you just removed it. Oh yeah, I did it. Yeah. Use the hardware thingy. Oh no, no, no! You see that restart thing? See the restart thing? See the restart thing? Take that off.
Where?
The second one.
Oh.
Yeah. It should work now, in theory.
No, it just glitched. Ah! Scuffed.
Scuff.
Stuck in the abyss. Pew pew pew. Is it still doing that? No, it's not glitching anymore.
I don't know, man.
I'm waiting for the thing to stop looping. I swear, I'm always stuck with Scuff. Yeah, it still does that. What the?
Huh.
Hang on.
I think it might be a frame in there that's actually black.
Yeah.
You can cut it, you know. I can cut it for you if you want. I can cut it for you.
Okay.
Yeah. You just gotta. Can you guys keep Kai entertained while I do something?
Kai entertained.
Wait, send me the file, please.
Because
I think I lost. Is it in this? Is it in the zip?
Yeah. It's in the zip.
Which one is it called? Starfalls?
No. Wait.
Or is it back one?
I think that's.
Is it back one?
I gotta look it up. Wait. It's under.
Is it just the background, bro?
Yeah, back one. Yeah.
But that one's not animated. It should just be a picture, bro.
I know, right? Even I'm questioning why is it in like.
Oh no, it is animated. I take that back.
It is?
Yeah, the water. It twinkles. It twinkles.
Wait, what? Wait, am I the only one who didn't see that? Am I blind?
Sorry for the scuff, guys. Allow it.
It's not Kai's stream without a scuff, mate. Basically. Something you should know. It's always scuff when it's you know. Anyway, I'm gonna continue all your questions.
Yeah, go for it. I'm struggling over here.
Where was I? Oh, okay. You can relate even though it's under different circumstances. It is true. It is pretty hard time to time, you know. That's why instead of becoming better for them, what I did for so many years, I started to become better for myself. That's a good thing. But just make sure not to make it too extreme, because when you become too extreme, like you don't, like when you get set a very, very high expectation for yourself, it's not gonna help you a lot. Especially when it's like a double-edged sword. It's like you can say that you want to be better for yourself, but at the same time, you set such a high expectation that it starts to become very toxic. So you gotta have to find the balance within that. Yep.
The balance.
Not gonna lie, that's freaking cute. Oh, you mean Zero? Yeah, because he's using chibi model.
What?
When we were setting things up, I was like, Zero, I feel like I'm talking to a kid.
Trust.
People pleasing is a big issue for me too. It looks like trying to be a caretaker. Whoa, okay, that is gonna be a big problem. That is a very, very big problem. I thought that was no, it's not intentional. Kai, you're Asian. Yes, I am Asian. He's Asian. He just sounds British. Okay, not gonna lie, Kai, your accent's so smooth. Is it actually? I have a very mixed accent there. I have more of like I lean towards having more of like a Cockney British accent. When I'm very aware of my British accent, it becomes even worse. Just like I know. Like when I'm aware, like when I'm watching any British or any actors who have British accents and stuff like that, my accents tend to become very deep. Like it become way more British sound than it's supposed to. But in general, I do have a mixed accent. Specifically, I have a mixed accent of Asian with like Cockney British accent. Some people say that I have Australian accent. I don't know why.
Please don't squish me.
Squish Zero, please.
Please don't squish me.
We call that Kaissart. No, why are you doing Kais? Kais have its own accent. Fun fact: a lot of specters were like saying things like, I was like telling specters, you should not copy my accent or like get used to it. Like you should not be like having an accent that's similar to mine, because it's not a good thing. Because number one, it's gonna be very hard for some people to understand. My editors have problems with subtitling my words sometimes. Another one would be like sometimes it's like they might misinterpret what I'm saying, or sometimes you can't even pronounce words properly because it sounds very, very different. Even Zero had difficulty listening some words I said before. Like, back then, I believe?
Try using that, Kai. I sent it on Discord.
Oh,
For some reason it saved as an MP4 though, so I hope that works.
MP4 should be fine. It was originally in... It's fine.
WebM.
My way I'm drinking, like, tea.
I told Kai not to give me this much freedom, by the way, guys, because I can do like whatever, and it's like it's awesome. I told him earlier I can be like an ear infection, bro.
Yo, get out of my ear.
Where are you going? There you are.
No. Get away! You're like a fly right now. Like. Okay. Emily called. She wants a title as the queen of stuff back. Scuff. I'm the king of scuff then. Scuff is always a friend of Kai's. It is. Mochi. I want mochi, but actually it's a reference. Like, oh, like Zero being the mochi. Zero, why are you in the chat?
What are you talking about?
I can see you. I see you. I see you. I will never give myself such high expectation. What?
I remember specifically telling you I would like to be in the water.
You're just standing in water. Why are you just doing that? Anyway, back to why is it still glitching? Wait. Is it the other ones that's the problem too?
It's possible.
Wait, what is glitching? Wait. I think it's the front and the Met that is glitching. Specifically the front.
Oh yeah, the other thing, whatever it's called. Let me see.
It's definitely a front, right? Is it?
Let me open it. More scuff when we thought we had fixed it.
Yeah. The Met and the front has a glitch. Yes, like that one frame rate. Oh, anyway.
Yeah.
Do you want me to send you the files?
No, I have them. I'll just continue on without me while I just cut every file and send you every file. At this rate. Let me go hide over here with in the meantime.
Bruh. He's just like a stubble. Like a stubble. Anyway. And I would never give myself such high expectation for myself because I don't have a lot of self-esteem. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, honestly. When I see a cute chibi VTuber, I will have the urge to carry him and just squish their cheeks. That's basically me when I see Infinite. Zero, do you pronounce it as infinite? Infinite?
Infinite.
Infinite, okay. I have known people who pronounce it infinite.
It's because if you take off the IN, it is actually pronounced finite.
Yeah.
But the proper other way is infinite. I don't mind though. I don't really care like that.
And either way, you're still.
It's for lore purposes, anyways.
I know something that I know. Anyway, I'm technically your what was it? Proofreader for your lore, technically speaking. Yeah. So I know Zero's lore, technically.
Sorry, I'm in the middle of using brain cells.
You only have one, so you're squeezing out one. That one
CPU usage.
Are you British first impression? Oh, yeah. It's still iconic indeed, yeah. It's because of your nar. Oh, yeah, because I pronounced nar instead of no. Like, okay, I pronounce both. No and no. But I tend to, like, it depends on the situation. I would say no a lot. Zero, can I squeeze you, please? Yes.
No.
Squeeze him too in pulp.
No.
Oh, that sounds actually very, very gory. Not gonna lie.
Huh?
It's kind of creepy. Like I said, squeeze to you pulp.
Why would you do that?
Because why not?
Blood would come out.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah?
Don't mind me. Anyway, Anyway, you did not hear that. Oh, wow. My front just went bye-bye to the back. Yeah, Zero, we're gonna have a problem.
What happened?
I can't
Is it not
use
transparent or something?
Yeah, it's not. I like how it's like.
I'm not. Let me see if there's a WebM editor.
Thinking about mochi make me hungry for ice cream now. Oh, mochi ice cream. The lore. Yum. I remember this art one. Oh, this art one. This one art where Aether squeezed Paimon doll. Who will let me casually grab Mini Zero and run away with this little cute. It's funny though, cause oh, excuse me. There's a lot of backstory about Zero's model. A very long backstory.
What is that supposed to mean?
From his mole design all the way till a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff.
Isn't that normal? Isn't that the case for most people?
Well, I didn't spend that much time. I mean, okay, I need to let you know this. Zero does have nitpickiness on specific things, like very specific things. For example, for his model, he was very nitpicky in terms of wanting his model to look in a specific way. Right, Zero?
Yes. What's wrong with this?
I mean, it's like you were very specific. Cause like even if it's a little tap, but not your expectation, you're like, no. It should be something a bit more like this, you know, and not like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's because it's like, well, I wanted to look a certain way, obviously.
Yeah, it's like if it's like a little tap bit different. Like if it has a sharper jawline, you're like, no. I gotta want to make it a little bit rounder. And then when it's too round, like no, we gotta make it a bit. It's too round.
Yes.
It's like he can be hard to work with, but at the same time, it's very straightforward.
I tell you specifically what I want.
Wait, why does Samoa kind of reminds me of Barbatos? Oh, Barbatos from Obey Me? Wait, who is Barbatos from Obey Me?
Wakaranai.
I believe it's from a game. I know Obey Me is from a game because I covered a song with Taku about it. Am I typing it? Barbatos. Obey Me. Barbatos. Yo. Oh. You know when you said Barbatos, I thought of Venti. Did you play Obey Me? Why? Okay. I'm quietly judging y'all. Joanna, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Hope you have a lovely day. Have a lovely day. Have you. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome. Kaissart love bombs. It does. I mean, one side is longer than the other, and that's pretty much it. My diction is fine. I got a question, or just for anyone really? Okay, what's your question? Also, I realized I should probably. Oh, do you make one again? 0?
Maybe.
Because you just sent me one.
It's possible.
What do you mean it's possible? I love the fact that we're kind of sidetracking from an original podcast thing.
It's because there's scuff. It's okay. You can crop this out.
Oh, it worked. It's transparent now.
Watch it be glitchy.
Yeah, we're just waiting for it to be glitchy. Wait, let me just flash forward to the... No, it does not. Only the mid one
okay.
is glitchy.
You wanna know what
it's the mid one.
Mid?
How do you even... we have the mid one. There's one that's named mid, I believe. Mid underscore 1. Yeah, that one's is glitchy.
Did you get the one I sent you? Is that the one that's glitchy?
No. Oh, you just sent me another one? Oh.
Yeah. I know what happened.
My Discord's on stream, I didn't hear anything. Wait.
I know what happened. Well, you want to know what I did to fix it?
What? Removing one
Nothing.
frame? Huh?
Nothing. I did nothing. I just sent you my file. Your file's corrupted, bro.
Bruh. I hate this so much. Ah!
I couldn't actually find a web editor that would export in WebM. I was like, yeah, screw this. I'll just send him this one and hope it works.
Why what?
No, I think it's still glitching. I think I just saw it glitch.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Hold up. Wait, what is ending? Oh. I get it now. Hold on. Sorry, Beth. I get it now. You mean venti, right?
Yeah.
I can. You know what? I've actually.
Wait,
let me find
it's
Albedo's
glitching again.
first line. Let me find Albedo's. I've done this. I've done this for fun before. Give me a second. Sidetrack podcast. Now that we're on it.
The mid
me a
one
sec.
is too glitchy.
Just disable it for now, I guess.
Yeah. It looks so empty
Let's see here.
now. It looks so empty.
Here's Albedo. Here's Albedo.
Oh, what the frick? The front is glitching, dude.
I told you it was, bro. Nah, the files are corrupted. Let's just go like that, bro. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me hear what Albedo sounds like, and I'll try to mimic it, guys. Give me a second here. Cause that's the only one I've actually tried to practice in the past. Sidetrack 101. Sidetrack 101.
Anyway, My gotcha game automate addiction is already in the basement. Please don't lower it. Lower it out, lower it out.
Here goes.
Okay. I'm away.
I'm Albedo, chief alchemist of the Knights of Favonius. You carry the aura of the stars. Interesting. I would like to study you, if you do not mind. I'm certain we will have many opportunities to be alone in the future.
Bro, that sounds so sus. It sounded so sus.
That's how he talks, bro. I can't change that. Oh, obey me. Okay. Trust. Alright, back to top. Let me go back where I belong, bro. Give me a sec.
Oh, where you belong? Voice actor Zero went? I don't know.
Is that okay?
You gotta move to the right a little bit more. A little bit more. A bit too much. A bit too much, Mac. Wait. A little, half a step to the left. Okay, stop. Don't move anymore. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Fun fact that Zero had voice, like, people simping for his voice.
Yes, I can make my voice very sus. No, thank you.
Ooh, no! Anyway, okay. Going back to the podcast, everyone. Going back to the podcast. We're very off.
Yeah, back
schedule.
to podcast. Now that we scuffed everything, anyways, you can change it. Let's change it to snow now that we're scuffed, anyways. Let it snow, bro. Let it snow.
You want to let us know?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Oh, we're gonna freeze to death, mate.
No, I have a sweater on, so I'm good.
Okay. It's okay. It's okay. There's a way for me to keep myself warm.
XD lol. Oh. Okay.
Now I'm
okay.
warmer
the
than
flex.
you.
the flex.
No, I'm feeling
You know what? You know what I can do
warmer.
about that? You know what I can do about that? Yeah. Now I'm warm in here, bro.
No, get out.
It's a little too toasty in there. It smells like armpits.
It's toasty. It's toasty, mate. By the way, that made me remember his first stream. What? Yosh? Oh, right! Zero's test stream. Yeah. Your first test stream was Genshin Impact.
Oh yeah, it was a test. I was just checking to make sure that the channel would work to stream to, because you need to clear some YouTube stuff first.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I understand why a lot of peeps simp for his voice, like, damn.
Oh no, please. Please.
Zero, if
stop.
you one day become a voice actor, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yay, no. The only time
Okay,
I'll voice act is if I have to voice act characters, bro. Like from reading stuff in a book.
Anyway, back to the question. Did it affect you and your everyday life knowing that you have imposter syndrome? Do I answer? How should I answer this question? That's a main question. Look, Zero's just like look at me like judging. Stop judging me, kiddo. I think Zero have
This is
kind
like-
of an explanation
I would
for this.
Okay, I could be. Listen, this is the part where I don't really know because it's Kai's personal experience. I don't think it's something that is on the front end of things. I think it's like a back burner thing that
talk
does
about
affect you it's like an everyday thing, but it's not like the main thing on your mind, because the main thing on your mind is what's being influenced by it. Like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. So yes, it does affect you every day, but it's not like you're specifically thinking about it individually. Like, think Kai broke his neck again.
No. I was getting something.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
But
think my-
yeah, I think it's like affect is not the affect is, I
Right
guess it's the
word.
right term. Yeah, if anything you have will affect you every day, but negatively, I guess the effect varies on depending on what you've been looking at recently. At least that's what I feel like. Kai, you're the one that actually has this, so you have to verify. I'm putting into words your feelings, bro. This is not how it's supposed to work. You're the one
I mean,
supposed to be able
'cause-
to express them.
No, because like I technically did talk to you about it before, like a couple of times. About
Yes, it does.
how-
Okay, so the short answer is yes, it does. How about that?
So, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, but Rosga, welcome to the stream. Welcome. I hope you have a lovely day. Have a lovely day of
Hello.
you, and welcome to the podcast. So since I'm the person who had the first-hand experience between the two of us, like what Zero said, yes, it does affect your everyday life. It's not like what he said. It's not specifically targeting imposter syndrome, but it's more of like it does affect everything that you do in terms of decision making as well as your self-confidence. In general, it affects your self-esteem a lot more than a lot of things. It's like if it affects your self-esteem, there's this domino effect where from self-esteem it becomes to like you having anxiety, and then from that it becomes like you might have panic attack that comes along with anxiety. I don't really have a panic attack, like, and it doesn't really link to its anxiety, but when I do, it's about a whole different thing. And then it might affect you in terms of your depression. It could make it worse temporarily or even permanently. We don't know, but for me, it does affect me in waves. Like, what I mean by waves is...
Yeah, intensities, different intensities.
It's not just intensity. It literally comes by in waves. Like, really in waves.
Yeah, it's like I said, when you look at it depends on what you've looked at that day. Like if you
Yeah.
looked
Like,
at the
if at the
right
start of the day you
things-
feel crap, it's worse.
Yeah.
So...
Alright, what's the next
yeah,
one? Do
my
we have
answer
more?
is yes. We have more, but it's not related to imposter syndrome.
It's okay, let's tackle them while we have them. No
Okay.
worries. We scuffed anyways at this point.
It's always scoffed. There's no stream of mine that is not scuffed. I know this is kind of out of topic, but if you're having a burnout, what's the best thing to do to recover from it? There's no best thing. In my personal opinion, there's no best thing. I would say what works for me may not work for you. But Zero, what's your personal way of doing it?
I have to think
He's
about
like,
this one. I have multiple ways.
Yeah.
The answers
You
are
had face
exponential.
buns out before, right?
Yeah, I have. Burnout is a very common thing. I would say the best way to deal with it is you find things to do that you enjoy doing, because if you enjoy doing them, they won't really burn you out. So like, for example, if you enjoy streaming and it doesn't burn you out, then go ahead and stream. But if you enjoy like editing videos and that doesn't burn you out, edit a lot of videos. Some people, just do things that don't burn you out, like because you enjoy doing them. Like for me, like editing videos is a huge burnout, but actually then like making content or whatever, I like doing that. That's not a burnout, but that's why it's difficult. I would say the best thing you can do is definitely, obviously, rest. Make sure you're keeping up to all the other things going on in your life. And then if you don't feel like you have enough brain juice to do what you burned out from, for example, I guess writing, like writer's block or burnout from writing too much, then I would not do anything that would involve using my fingers. I guess I would just play a game for a little bit, just get your mind off of it and give your brain time to reset. the best thing the body can do from like a scientific point of view is sleep. So if you could take a nap, that helps a lot, like a 1 hour, 2 hour nap. If you can't take naps like that, or you just don't have enough time in the day to take naps, you're kind of screwed. But from a physiological point of view, the best thing you can do for your body is actually take a nap. Your brain naturally starts to decompress and compartmentalize things and reorganize and refresh itself. Like, sleep is by and large our best evolutionary trait. It's just that you need, I would say, minimum to function as a normal human being, you need at least like 4 hours every day. Even though the recommended is 8. Some people just can't do 8. It's like
Anyway.
at least 4, bro. Do at least 4. See, like before we started this stream, I have slept for exactly 4 hours, so that's good. Then I couldn't go back to sleep. It's not like I didn't have more time to go to sleep, but I just couldn't sleep. So I messaged Kai like an hour early. I can't sleep, bro.
I was like, yo, why? And
13
like,
hours a day
man.
is. I mean, 13 hours a day is a little bit up there. I'd say like maybe 10 max.
Too much.
But I don't knock you for it though. That's not a bad. It's not like the worst thing to do, unless it's like getting in the way of your life. Then maybe yes, but I used to sleep like if I'm really tired, I will sleep like 16 hours straight.
Holy!
You will not see me. You will not see me. I will be gone.
You're like gone. Imagine like, Zero, are you alive? Zero.
Just dead.
For me, pretty similar to what Zero is, but I think for me personally would be find what inspired you in the first place. Find your spark. Basically, go back to your roots about what made you start into wanting to do that specific thing that you're doing. Like, for me, when it comes to streaming, I went back to my roots and I noticed and reminded myself, why I started streaming in the first place? Was it because I wanted the channel to be big? Because I wanted viewership? Do I want the money and stuff like that? What's my number one priority that I wanted to start
Had to
streaming
slap
in
him in
the
the
first
face with this one.
And
yeah,
then
because I've been there, and so I was like, I just like had to like slap him in the face with, "Hey, you, person that's burning out, realize why you're burning out, bro."
yeah, like I
Imagine
did
like
like
slapping him across the face multiple times. That's what it felt like.
But yeah, I did went back and look back into it, like, and also what is important for me when it comes to streaming. But in terms of like, let's say if it's art, because for a very long time I'm still facing an burnout from art. Like, I'm very scared to go back into art. And for those who don't know, I used to draw, specifically more about. I'm more of like a sketcher or a shader. Like, I do shading, like black and white. I don't really do colors when I draw. But I've been so scared of going back to art. Oh, by the way, I also draw chibis. But
Hey, yo.
yeah, I used to draw chibis. But I've been so afraid of going back to art because of a very big, like, art block and burnout that has never really recovered for a very, very long time. And thus, like, there's a couple of times where I did try to dab into art, but like, again, Imposter Syndrome does not help me out into like motivating me into doing art again. But at least, at the very least, I do kind of have times where I'm like, I had just to like want to draw or something like that, you know. That's a start to it, something, you know.
Ruzgar, I know exactly what you're talking about. You wake up and you're like, you wake up and you're like, I have energy? What is this? Huh?
Yeah.
Who wants to fight? Hello?
Waking up with full energy. But if you're like, Yeah.
For your block, bro, for your art block, I would say, I would say you can try, like, force yourself to draw something, and if at the end of it you feel like, yeah, no, I don't feel like doing this, then it means you still, I mean, it's not something you can force. I would say just try it out though, and then if you like force yourself to try it out, and then if it feels like, yeah, now that didn't feel right, then don't do it. But if then maybe you realize like, oh, this felt nicer than I thought. It's like, and then it's like, because sometimes it's just in your mind, like the block might just be in your mind, and your body might not actually have that block anymore.
But no, it's still the same. It's both the
Okay,
mind and the
then don't
body.
Yeah, don't do it then. If it's your body as well, then don't do it. That's how I felt
Yeah.
like about like seafood for a long time, by the way. Seafood.
Really?
block. Yeah, because that's all I ate for like a month, and I was like, ugh.
Oh.
I could like anytime I saw any seafood, I was like, ugh.
Pain, pure pain.
Now I see fish, and I'm like, that fish looks good. Then like in my mind it's no longer there, but it's like my body's still like, no. So.
When I have an art block, I just stop doing art for a few days and then find some inspiration that will boost me up. That's also a very good tip. Like just find inspiration, motivation. That's basically the best advice that we could probably give.
But yeah, but
That's
don't
a
force it either.
Yeah. Take it slow. Like everyone has their own pace.
Hi, dude. Peace. Bye. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks for
Thanks for
coming by.
coming. Hope to see you in the next stream, the future stream ahead.
Don't break any walls. Especially not the fourth wall.
Yeah, don't.
Don't break the fourth wall.
Isn't that what you do? Okay, now it's more towards the light hot topics, because we've probably had all the hot level topics. Now it's the light hot ones.
Oh, this is not related to the imposter syndrome
It's
anymore.
light-hot, yeah. What is your first impression with each other? The snow is actually kind of making me, like, you know, it's glitching. So
Okay.
I'm just changing it. I reckon I wasn't the only one who saw that, okay?
You can stop the stream on Discord if you want. I can maybe it'll help you out.
No, it's not the stream, it's the phone.
Okay.
Normally when I have an artist block, I try other art activities like dance and sewing. Yeah, that's good too. You can distract yourself a little bit and then come back to it later.
Yeah.
So, what is your first impression with each other?
I think the host of the channel should go first, you know.
No. You should go first, because I was reading a question, so...
Oh, is that how this works? What is your first impression with each other? Yeah, Kai.
I already said that.
Yeah, I was just
Twice.
repeating it. Go for it.
No, so
Yeah.
you should be answering it.
When I have to think back a long time ago. Hold up.
It's like a year ago, isn't it?
Well, I knew you from your PNG tuber days, bro. So
Bruh, I knew you from your ML days, bro. What are you talking about?
I would say my first impression was like, huh, what is this? What is a PNG tuber?
Really?
But then I was like, yeah, like, because I didn't know anything about VTubing in general. I was like, oh.
Right.
Oh, okay. And then I was like, I realized you were trying to play some games and do some narration. I'm like, okay, this is clearly a brand new content creator. So that I stuck around a little bit to catch your vibe, see what vibe you had, and then I was like, yeah, I like this vibe. I'm gonna chill for a bit. I think that's it. I think I just was like, could clearly tell you had just started doing content creation. And then I was just stayed around to check out your vibe, and I was like, yeah, I'll stay for a bit. And then at some point, I think it was because of light, then we just started having, it was like one deep topic, and then after that we were just friends.
Yeah. With some random deep topic. I don't remember specifically what it was though.
I don't
think
either.
It was about, I think it was about. I think Lai was asking about reincarnation or something. I don't know. Like,
It might have been that one. No, I think that one came later. No, you might be right though.
No. She was talking about how people in her life it kind of like related to one another, like are familiar to one another. And then they were talking about
the cycles thing.
yeah,
Destiny.
Yeah.
It was Destiny related.
Yeah, it was Destiny. Yeah, it started from that, and then we start talking about deep, unknown topics. And then from there, we became close friends.
That
Like
was my
almost
first
instantaneously.
I don't know what his first impression was. Probably like, oh, who is this random person in my chat? I don't know.
For me, you came in when I was streaming, right? You get to know me when I was streaming, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I wouldn't call when you are in my chat as the first impression, okay? I'll call it more of like when I first interacted with you. It was more of like I actually saw your channel, and then I remember it really clearly. Like it was more of like, I think back then I was less than 100 subs, I believe. It was like very
You had
low.
you had less than 50 at that point.
Yeah, at that point I was really starting off, like, so I remember
I think it was
out
like
of
your
nowhere
30
there's
something
this,
sub.
yeah, and then I remember your name was like 0ML, and then I was like, ML play, I used to play that game, and then I checked out your channel, and I was like, yo, what the frick is this big content creator appearing my channel for? I was like, who? And I was like, interesting. I was like, I don't know if this particular person would even, like, maybe it's just a one-time thing, or like, you know, just like, you know, like we're not gonna be like vibe or friends or something. Like, it's not about vibe, it's more of like, at that point in time, I was really scared, because, well, not scared, but anxious, more
Pressure.
like anxious, you know? Yeah, like
Here's the pressure.
why is this guy who's like having like so like the time you were like, I think it was like more than 10k, was it? Were you at 10k already?
Yeah. I was.
You were at
I was
10K,
like at
yeah.
9k, 9k or
10,
something.
yeah, 9k ish. Like, I was like, what is this guy with over 9k subs appearing in my stream? That it's like, I'm a very, very small content creator. Like, what's going on? Like, I was like, where did it come from? And then from yeah, and then from there, like, was like, hey, yo, have you met Zero? I'm like, who the frick is Zero? And then she was like telling me, oh, you know, there's this one guy who would talk about deep topics, and then talking about this mysterious thing that I would not mention on stream. And I was like, interested. I'm actually quite interested in what this guy is. And then out of nowhere, we had like a personal VC with like Light09. And then from that we hit off, and then we were like talking about the deepest topic possible.
So first impression was just pressure, basically.
Yeah, it was just pure pressure. I love the fact that it's like we met when we were like starting off, and you're already at like a high ends, and then now it's like kind of like rotated.
It's inverted. The difference is I want to stay like this. Thank you.
And what's funny
Please?
is, at that point in time, I think earlier you said like I was the one that pushed you with VTubing, because you showed interest in VTubing, and I was like, hey, if you're interested, why not give it a try? Like, you don't have to like really pay for something or anything. You could try it for free and stuff like that. And then he's like, okay, give it a go. And then he became a VTuber.
So I don't plan to ever apply for like corporate VTuber anymore, so it's okay if I say this.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, just so like if you guys ever filled one of these apps out, they're like, who inspires you or whatever. It's like, yeah, this is channel from a guy called Kaissics Walker. Yeah, I really put a lot of like details into it. And it's like he only has like, what was it, when I applied at that time, he only has like 100
Less than-
subs right now.
Yeah.
But I know that I know that he's gonna have like more than 1,000 within 6 months easily. And I don't know if the people for that application cared about it or, you know, whatever. But yeah, I did kind of end up predicting the future a little bit there. He's at way more than 1K. He's at 3.5 plus. So I feel proud for him in a sense. Like I always saw the potential. I told him that too, like a long time ago before he had 100 subs. Like, yeah, I see the potential. Just keep on doing what you do. And it's just like you keep on, if you know somebody has that potential, you keep on nurturing that talent or being a friend to them and just give them that confidence to do the things that they will, and you'll end up with people like Kai and Kiria.
It's funny because I was like rejecting the idea, and then Zero was like saying, because when he first said about it was like back in 2022. Yeah, last year, right? Yeah, it was last year. Then he was like saying, yo mate, at 2023 you're gonna be like what, 3K 5K-ish 100%. And I was like, no, I could barely hit a K. What are you talking about? And then before the stream start, he was like, yo mate, I told you could. And then congratulations on hitting like 3.5. I was like,
Imposter Syndrome.
No. I was like, no, they're fake numbers. So it was very funny.
Yeah.
Right on the target of today's topic, Imposter Syndrome. Prime example right here. Gabriel, welcome to the stream. Welcome to Hope you have a lovely day. Have a lovely day of you, and welcome to the podcast. Welcome. Imposter Syndrome Exhibit A. 100%. It's so funny though. It's so funny. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, Zero also actually wrote like a whole essay, like out of nowhere. I think it was like when he was applying for corporate at the time, and then he wrote an essay like, no, it was not an essay. It was like a voice message, I believe, because he liked to send voice messages.
Yeah, it was a voice message.
Yeah, and then he was
message.
saying something like, hi, I don't know if you know this, but I actually looked up to you. And then he was like, because you're like very passionate about stuff and like you had the pretensions, blah, 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 and stuff. I was like this is the short paraphrase version, because he.
And where did that come out from?
Yeah, like it was out of nowhere. It was like in the early morning. No, it's in the morning for me, and it was like nighttime for him. And he was like texting me about it. It was like voicing like out of nowhere. I was like, "You okay, bro?" I was like, "You okay, mate?" And something going on. It's like, no, it just felt like you needed that. I was like, huh? It just went like, huh? By the way, the voice message was like 5 minutes long.
Yeah. Yep.
He went full on that. Like, I know you're gonna feel like, before I even reacted, he's on the voice message because one short. He was like, I know you're gonna say like no, or like you're gonna doubt yourself about this, but you need to know that it is true. And then if it helps, I'm telling you as a friend, like I'm not telling you for the sake of, and then I'm telling you as a content creator towards another content creator. I was like, shh. I was like, shh, stop, bruh, stop. It was so funny. So
no, for real,
exhibit
if you guys have friends that you know have that potential, you need to give them a boost every once in a while. It goes a long way, trust me.
Yeah,
even though I don't know that for sure, but I feel like it goes a long way at least.
It's funny because after that voice message, we actually hit like almost 1K. Yeah, it was like literally almost after he sent that voice message. Yeah, we hit like, and then like in like a week or two, we hit like 1K ish.
The algorithm, bro.
Bro, no, it was pure luck by chance. He knows you, so true. What do you mean? No. Nah.
The thing
Anyway.
is, I may not know people very well. Like, I may not know them very personally very well, but if I spend a little bit of time with you, it's scary how much stuff I know about you without you telling me. It can actually make people very uncomfortable.
It's funny though, because it works for me towards you as well.
Think about it this way: if you have a, like most people have a, what do you call that, Kai? A outward public mask, and I'm like, nah. That doesn't exist with me. Like, yeah, maybe for a little bit until you start talking to me, then I'm like, so. insert random thing you were thinking but didn't say. And you're like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Stop, mate, stop. But it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, I think I'm like way more observant towards people than towards myself. So it's like when people start pinpointing things about me, I'm like, bruh, stop.
Who are you? Why are you doing this?
Yeah. But when it comes to other people, I'm like, yeah, it's fine.
It's called double standards.
I'm not gonna say it's not. It's the same logic as how I treat other people's birthday way more important than my own. Like for me, my birthday is just random. It's just a normal, typical day. But then when it's other people's birthday, I'm like, oh, it's the one and only big day of the year, you know? Excuse me, who are you?
Something's wrong here.
Something's not
Yeah,
right.
exactly. Something's not right.
Okay, and the next one. Wow. Most memorable moment you have with each other. This is the second last question.
Damn.
To date.
Damn.
This question is a bit tough because. Oh wait, we have more questions. Oh, okay.
I would say probably your birthday stream.
Huh?
Your birthday stream.
Why?
When we were in Minecraft.
Why?
And we were modding because without the texture pack, it looked like crap.
Wait, is that the one that I was struggling with the texture?
Yes. Yeah.
That's your most
that's the
memorable one?
Yeah, because you took off the texture pack, then you were like, ew, what is this? Put it back on, Because it like genuinely looked like
and I was
it.
like struggling with the texture pack. You were like molding about it, innit?
Yeah. Other than that, I think the other memorable moment, what is another? I think that's the most memorable one. The other one, it would be like when he was like trying to make his computer, and we ended up like screwing up his laptop in exchange for his PC. I don't know if he's even fixed that yet.
It's not fixed to this day. It's not.
To this day, it's still not.
It's still not. It's not fixed.
So
to this day.
So there's like a multi-hour Discord call to get his PC to work. It was very difficult. And he's like, don't worry about my socks, bro. I'm like, I don't care about your socks. Put the drive into the machine, bro. We were both so done with it.
We were like so tired. We were like, when will this end? It was so bad. How did we
like
even
every time he had
fix
to
it?
every time you had to like replace like reflash the drive onto, you had to like literally physically take the computer apart.
Oh. And I was like, oh, I don't know how many times I had to do this. And then the laptop, He
was physically damaged and mentally damaged by the end of it.
had to like unscrew and then re-screw and then unscrew and re-screw.
We call that trauma bonding.
It was so bad.
But yes, yeah, I think that would be another memorable moment. I still think the Minecraft one is most memorable because I always think about it randomly.
What is this?
I don't know for him though. For him, he probably has his own memorable moment, probably different than mine, but yeah.
Definitely. Rue, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Hope you have a lovely day. Have a lovely day of you. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome. On stream or off stream? That's the main question.
Probably. I mean, if it can be said on stream, off stream counts as well.
It can be.
Yeah, then yeah.
I'll start with on stream. The on stream would definitely be our very first podcast together.
The Coke coffee.
Yeah. Wow, the Coke coffee, the Coca-Cola coffee became a thing, and then
What's wrong with that,
Zero.
bro? It's some good stuff. You should have some.
I remember it was very late at night for you, innit?
Yeah, but I was used to being up that late. Like, it's either like it doesn't matter to me. It's either I wake up at 5 a.m. or I stream until 3 a.m. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but that day you were like this. You were like, non-stop. You were constantly, and then your brain were like processing and stuff. So you're like, sorry, could you say that again?
What?
Or you're like, what? You were so tired that day, and then you're constantly.
Yeah, I was. It was the Coke coffee, bro. I was like.
Then we had like a whole debate about Coca-Cola coffee, how that is not supposed to be a thing. So it's like.
Except it was, and then I pulled receipts. And you're like, why is there so many flavors?
Yeah, I was like, wait. I was like, isn't Coca-Cola and coffee a thing on its own? Like, just Coca-Cola, one thing, and then coffee, and like, no, there's Coca-Cola coffee.
Let's do this again. We have to bring it back up, Coke.
No!
Let me...
No! No.
We must recall this now.
No.
Here.
No.
You can show it now.
Why are you doing this to me?
It's the highest quality image too, bro. It's like 2,500 pixels or no 1,500 pixels. It's high quality, bro.
Why are you doing this to me? Just why?
Beth, that is the same reaction most people have.
Let me find the phone.
Yes.
This is a Coca-Cola coffee, everyone.
There's a dark blend.
Wait,
there's caramel
wait,
blend.
there's way more flavors?
This is your exact same reaction, bro. I told you all the blends last time.
Wait. Dark blend, caramel, dark black. Zero.
Then there's
zero. Wait, pause. Pause.
Yeah.
Wait,
zero
what's
sugar
the
dark blend and zero sugar vanilla. The caffeine, bro. What do you mean? It's for people that don't want the sugar, bro. Like it's like the caramel's the best one, bro. Actually, it's like tied with vanilla, but I prefer caramel. Until I get like tired of it, then I'll go for vanilla. I don't really like the dark blend like that much. Like it's okay, I'll drink it, but because it comes in the pack. But I'll definitely go for caramel if I can. No, it's not like coffee inside of a Coke can. It's like carbonated Coca-Cola drink that you expect, but it has a coffee taste to it.
Ew!
I love caramel, yes.
Ew! Ew!
It's really good. You need to try it, bro.
No. Oh, I don't know. Should we say it right now? Like a teaser?
What?
About what we've been planning? Yeah, you're very lost.
Ama? That means mother in Spanish, by the way. Oh. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind.
So, not fun fact, but a little teaser. We are planning somewhere next year, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Maybe about next year or so.
Yeah, it's a very, very.
We
long
might have an
preview.
offline collab. Yeah, we might have an offline collab with one another. And I remember
Yeah.
specifically that Zero wanted me to try Coca-Cola coffee.
I will buy it for him. I will buy it for him. I will record his reaction. I will blur out his face and body, but then post it.
Bruh.
I will post the audio at least.
Like, yo, mate, try this Coca-Cola coffee. And I was like, no. Like, just give it a sip. And then imagine I sip it.
You also have to try Nitro Pepsi.
Wait, what the frick is Nitro Pepsi?
Oh my god, what is, bro? You ever go to the store and just like look at the weird drinks and buy them? I do
No?
that.
No? I can't believe this
They're so-
exists. I know, right? I told you. I told you.
This is Nitro Pepsi.
Ew. What the
No,
frick is a
it's really
draft
good.
cola? Artificial flavor, natural flavor, nitrogen infused cola. The frick is that?
It's cola, bro.
It looks nothing like a.
Basically, okay, here's the catch to it. Basically, you can pour that
Uh-huh.
whole thing into a glass and it will not over fizz. It won't foam over. And
If you could see my face IRL, is giving the what the frick face right now.
and the best part about it is, you know how if you drink soda, like you try to chug soda, it burns your throat.
I don't really drink soda, but okay, yes.
If you try to chug a whole soda can, it'll burn your throat. You feel the pain, like of the carbonation. It feels like pain, hurt. You can
Uh-huh.
chug this entire thing and it feels smooth, like you feel no pain. Yet it still has gas in it, so
That sounds good.
it's
No, the
really
way
good, dude.
No, the way they put draft. The first thing that came to my mind was draft beer.
Oh no, it's just nothing like that. Let me see if I can see what they
How do we go into entirely about Coca-Cola coffee? Just like the old days.
As I thought, draft cola just means they serve it from like a big, like the original like source of it comes from a barrel, basically, essentially. Then they
Yeah,
put
so
it
it's
in
like
a
draft
can.
beer.
Yes, but it's Pepsi.
What?
It's
yeah, I'm not.
good.
I don't know. I don't think I would drink all this weird stuff.
At least it just tastes like Pepsi. It's not like Coke Pepsi or wait.
No,
wait,
listen,
it's
the
coffee
fact-
Pepsi.
The fact
Pepsi
that's
coffee.
what natural flavor and then there's artificial flavor. What the frick is that?
What?
Look at the can.
Oh, because of the vanilla.
I don't know. What
It's
does
because they
draft
can't
cola
claim- they-
has?
It's because you can't claim it to be draft cola if you take it out of the draft and then add vanilla, like natural vanilla to it. It would just be vanilla cola. And for marketing purposes, it's better to say vanilla draft cola and then just say you added it with artificial vanilla flavor to the end.
No, then what? Why is the draft cola natural flavor? Like,
Because it's because all of the stuff that was used to flavor the Pepsi was then put into a barrel, and all of the stuff used in that was natural flavors. And the vanilla that they used for the other one is not natural.
yeah, no, no. I don't know what this is about. No.
Gross.
I saw. I have the very same. I think I had the very same reaction when you first told me about Coke coffee, and now I'm doing the same thing to its Nitro Pepsi.
All right.
Why are you like, alright? It's funny because we were both talking about how we're both like not that old, but we are like very boomer in terms of things.
You guys are better than me. I will literally drink a whole bottle of zero sugar soda with no problem. With their own sugar though. Huh? Oh, okay. I get it. I don't have problems with sugar. I don't personally buy the non-sugar drinks.
So you are
Yeah.
okay with drinking like Coke? Oh, that's why you drink Coca-Cola coffee.
Yeah. I like sugar. Yes. I drink my most consumed drink is not Coke coffee. Believe it or not, it's Mountain Dew.
Mate, if you drink Coke coffee as your most consumed beverage, you'll be stocked up with caffeine.
Do you want to know how much caffeine I need to feel the buzz of like a normal cup of coffee, like that normal people feel? I've documented this. I've tested on myself.
Oh yeah, you told me
milligrams.
about it. But if you want, share the
800.
stream.
800 milligrams, guys. 800. I cannot drink that much coffee.
What's the average person?
I'll tell you how much is an average cup of coffee. Average caffeine in cup of coffee. Between 80 to 100 milligrams of caffeine per cup of coffee. So I need 8 cups of coffee to feel the effects of 1. You know how messed up that is?
People will die.
I will drink energy drinks and sleep within the next 5 minutes.
You're insane. You're insane. I swear. Weird drink taste off collab. The thing is, for Zero, he's okay with drinking weird drinks. I'm just more... I don't know.
Would you like squid juice?
No.
Exactly.
The freaking squid juice!
I don't know. Just like grab a squid and put it in a blender and then drink it or something. I don't know. Put it through a sieve. Only get the blood.
Bro, that's disgusting.
Don't even cook it. Just raw
Ew!
goopy squid.
No, get out of my head. Get out of my head. Get out of my head. No. No.
You let it down for a day, you know?
No, I'll be dead within seconds, man.
or
Why am I
live
not
squid.
No.
Oh, live squid with milk? Squilk?
No.
Even I had a gag of that one.
Yeah, see. It's in my head. Stop. Get out of my head.
Imagine if the squid has ink.
Yeah.
The squid has ink.
No.
And the squid turns black. This is disgusting on so many levels.
Live what? Live squid? Why are you imagining all this weird ass stuff? Yeah. Nah.
I'm sorry for those of you with a good imagination. I have burned the mental image.
Nah, bro.
Can we talk about PTSD next?
No. Oh yeah, maybe we should. And then one of them is Zero
And then
saying
just clip
square.
this moment. Clip this moment.
You can't have that?
Yeah.
No, we can't. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely no. No. Oh, I was talking about
Ew.
memorable moment, right? So on stream was
Yeah.
definitely the podcast, our very first podcast. No, we had Blame Zero for what?
Sorry.
For off stream, 100% is definitely the moment where you were admitting stuff, like not admitting stuff, but you were like telling me the truth about that. You, like to this day, it still sticks to me. It kind of reminds me of a lot of things, which is what I've already mentioned earlier in the stream. Was when you said like you looked up to me and like I motivated you and stuff like to this day it still sticks to me, because Because I knew
Because
that
I
you were
didn't
saying
say it to be nice.
yeah. Because it was like an entire factual thing. Like you're saying sincerely and like honestly, and not for the sake of saying it, just because you're like my good friend, that kind of thing. And it was like it stick to me to this day. And I don't know if I should say this, but whenever I do wrote about things, I did state out. And it's kind of like, to me, at first when I heard it, it's not realistic, because Zero had like, at that point in time when he said to me, he already had like 10k-ish. 9k 10. Almost 11, I remember, somewhere there. And then I was like, there's no way Zero, as a person who is like have such big channel, is saying that he looks up to me. Like, I don't understand why. What made you look up to me and so far? And then I was like in such a disbelief state. Then you start telling me.
But I knocked those out.
yeah, and then you start telling me like there is no way I could go around it, because you're just staying it one by one, and the fact that I'm like, I'm aware of what type of person you are, so it's like I cannot fight back against it. Yeah.
Of course, accepting the comments. Yeah.
It's like I had no choice but to no choice but to accept it. That it was that point that it was like, huh. You know, like to this day I still find it hard to believe, but it's still like, in a way, it's still something that sticks to me for a very, very long time.
It's like a very good dent in the imposter syndrome. It took a good chunk out of it.
Yeah. I mean, after you said that, you did realize that it's a bit changed. Like, things have changed a little bit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, I start to say, like, thank you for comments.
Like I try to like really be like, at least watch a lot, because I do like Kai's content in general. So I try to like actually watch it, but I have to time I'm at work. And if Kai's not streaming, maybe Korea is, and like I pop into the chat, I'm like, yo, and it's like, damn it, I wish I had more time. But I'm just working when they stream most of the time. That's why this is on the weekend, because I'm not working. Yeah.
That's also the reason why the podcast is usually gonna be during the weekends.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Timing things.
But yeah, that to this day, that's definitely one of the many memorable moments I have offline, off stream, because it was not set on stream, obviously. Like, imagine if you say it on stream, I'll be cringing so bad.
Obviously, yes.
I'll be like, no. I'm like, nah.
Do we have
Okay,
do we have another one?
Yeah, we have like additional ones.
Okay.
Where was the last one that I stole yet?
Don't you have a stream like at 9, 10?
No, I 10:30. That's like
Okay.
an hour,
just
30
making
minutes,
sure.
an hour away.
Yeah, you need to like take a break. Hello, Mister. I want to go into another stream instantly.
You know me, mate. You know I've done that before.
Yes,
you know
I know.
me.
That's why I'm trying to get through these questions so you can get some proper rest, sir.
What's rest? It's not in my dictionary.
No. Get some rest. Go stare at the wall or something. I don't know.
What the
Why do you pay attention to my random comments, bro? Shh.
I don't know. This is gonna be a tough one for us. Give us some of the things you like and dislike of each. I was just talking about this.
Preemptively answering this.
No. I was just saying it was gonna be so awkward to compliment each other on stream. Do you want to skip this question?
I can do this. Okay, so let's start with dislike because it's easier.
It's easier.
The things I dislike about Kai the most are, like, I would say that he overworks himself, and he tries to give you guys a lot of advice. Like, and it's really good advice, but he doesn't follow it himself. And which he should.
Don't follow my example. That's what I always said.
Do as I say, not as I do. And I would say the only other thing would be like he has a tendency to put himself in like a very bad like spot. And I know when he's normal quiet, like he's just quiet because he's busy, and I know when he's like quiet because he's quiet, like something's wrong. And I'm over here like tapping my foot on the floor, like, you know, like just impatiently, like, okay, how am I gonna approach this? I'd say I dislike the fact that he does that instead of just reaching out. I'd say that's another thing I dislike. But I like that eventually he comes around. I'd say I like that eventually he gives himself the chance to correct his mistakes. And I like all the effort and the community he's built in general. I'd say those are all things I like about him.
I'm cringing. I'm actually cringing so hard.
So yeah,
right now.
that's about as cringy as I can say without cringing more. But yes, and you can skip it if you feel like it. I know it's more difficult for you to answer these kinds of questions.
I mean, it's not fair if you are the only one answering it. So
no, it's fair because we're not the same person. So because it's easy to me doesn't mean it's easy for you. So you can skip it. I won't feel any kind of way.
it's fine. I'll answer it to as less cringe that I can.
All right, don't force yourself. Let me stare at you to make it more awkward.
No! Stop! Get away from me. Get away from me. Okay. You know what? If I hide my face, you can't see my face. Okay, if I hide my face, you can't see what I'm saying. Okay, there you go. You can't see my expression.
Cope.
Okay. So, for what? What do I mean? Nah! So, for what I dislike about Zero, it's definitely... It's kind of contradicting, honestly. It's because, like, the way Zero is able to be very empathetic, but at the same time, it will affect him in a negative way sometimes. Which I've kind of seen it before. And it's like... It's not like a little bit of negativity. It affects him a lot when it happens. But... It's also... in a way, it's good on its own. And then the other thing...
The thing is,
yeah?
I overcome it. I actually overcome it. It doesn't, like, traumatize me permanently.
Yeah.
If it did, he would probably have a different comment about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He just had to see it in action.
And then the other thing is also, like, sometimes I feel like Zero puts a lot of things on his own shoulders. Like, you were staring at me so much that I'm trying not to look at the screen right now. Like, Zero, you tend to, like, put a lot of things onto your shoulder. Like, you take a lot of responsibility, but it feels like you never lightens it. Like, it's constantly building up. I don't know how to explain it in a way that makes sense, but maybe it might.
What's you mean? Like other people's stuff, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, so I talk to a lot of people that have a lot of issues. But hold up one second.
The way he's like, I can see him talking to someone. He's talking to someone.
Alright. Sorry, where was I at? Oh yeah, so I talked to a lot of people with a lot of different issues. And that's not like it's not a bad thing because I know who to open up to. I know who to talk to. I know, like, I'm very good at choosing the people to open up to talk to, or to have them open up with me, because it's not because it's like I'm profiling or like selecting people. It's not like that. It's more like I know how much I can take on at a time. Even though it might seem like a lot, I do know my own limits. So I don't take more than I won't be able to take, which is why I haven't made a lot of like friends recently, is for the same reason, because this podcast, I know how much of a toll it's gonna have on me. like emotionally, and so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna save all that energy for this podcast. So yeah, that's basically the main reason why. It's not like I don't like talking to other new people. It's just like I would prefer for it to be in this medium, like right here, like with you guys, because that way it has a better impact. Like it doesn't help just one person, it helps multiple people. So I have my own limits. I know my limits. It's just like they're absurdly high, like ridiculously high limits.
That's why I said that.
That's why he's worried.
Yeah. Then the good thing is also, like I said, he's empathetic, so it's good that he's able to relate people. It's like a double-edged sword, basically.
It is very.
The other
double-edged.
thing
You don't want to. By the way, if you're an empathetic person, do not be admitting that in public or to anybody.
Yeah,
Keep it to yourself, because
Don't-
people will take advantage of you. Hardcore.
in a bad way. Yeah.
In a bad way, and and like I said, I'm doing it because your boy can handle it, and I'm also in this space I can control. Outside of this, yeah, you can get like the potential for this stuff is like you can get clipped and be like, oh, these guys think they're hot shit, that they're empathetic, and they're, you know, they think they're really good at understanding people's feelings, but they're just delusional or whatever. We can expect those comments. Like I already am mentally prepared for those comments, but it doesn't matter what people say that's bad about it. It's like you guys are here with us. You guys can feel when somebody's being genuine about something and when somebody's being just doing it for the clout. Like, oh, this is a empathetic VTuber. No. And it's like that's what they're marketing on. No, that's absolutely not what I'm marketing. I have my own things that I want to do as a VTuber. This is just a big part of who I am as a person, right? Like, because it's just like we don't have enough people that are nice to each other these days. It's just ridiculous.
So
and we do exist, but if we have to create the environment for us to be kind to each other, we will create it. Like the hell. 1v1 me, M9. Okay, continue.
The other good thing is because he's at his observant, he can technically he has this very supernatural kind of gut feeling. Like out of nowhere, he would know. Especially when you're close to him, there's this out of nowhere timing that he will contact you to make you feel bad or know that you're having a tough time or a rough time, and it has happened a lot of times.
The skill is called. If this were a video game, the skill is called, in brackets, the vibes.
Yeah,
level 10 out of 10.
The main character's ability, you know. We have this joke where Zero is like the main character of in this wall or something.
Yeah, I am not.
It's just a joke. It's a joke. But yeah, he has a very strong gut feeling, and it's like a very weird way. And he also knows what to say, and he knows when to approach you, when you need your own time, kind of thing, and when you need to have like a push for stuff. It's very it's a bit hard for you to understand what I'm saying right now unless you start.
Support.
Well, not just that, but just a very big supporter as a friend and stuff like that, and as a friend, as a family kind of feeling. But it's unless you actually go through that, you will be able to understand how accurate he can be sometimes. Sometimes he's just yo, mate, very randomly, yo, mate, how you feeling, mate? Let's catch up and stuff like that. And then at that time, you were you felt like you're lonely or something, and then he would just appear in a way. And it doesn't affect the time zone too. It doesn't affect the time zone. Because we're at we're at 2 different time zones. Very,
it'll be 2 a.m. I'm like, so Kai.
Yeah.
And he'll reply, and he'll be like, wait a minute. Isn't it 2 a.m. for you? It's don't worry about that.
It's time doesn't matter. It doesn't exist. It's kind of a way. This is also the reason. This is not just about Zero now. It's more about both of us. Is we contrast and complement each other a lot in a very weird.
We're similar but very different. Yes.
Yeah. Like in vibes wise we're very, very similar. But in terms of like mentality, it's very, very similar. Our mentality is very, very like our perspective is very, very similar, but the way we approach things are a bit different too. It's kind of like, you know, like you know, we complement each other, but at the same time it's like low-key sometimes we wish we don't.
Yeah.
Like, and then we're in like same wavelength, even including like the title of the podcast, like LAMBENT Lake. It's like we made it out of nowhere.
Bro,
And we both agreed
the whole background, if it worked properly, like my contribution to the background was like, I want like a star-filled sky. I want like chill vibes. I want like water, and I want trees. And it's like landscape type thing. Like, can we be like on top of a lake or something? And then Kai's like, what the heck?
I was like, what are you talking about? And
What
then,
is this? What is this? And then Kai's like, wait, well, it's like, how are we gonna like sit down and like have a table? How is this gonna work? And then it's like, and then Kai did the other part, like the whole the background, or the foreground, I should say. There's a proper name for it. I just can't say it.
The
Starts with a
kotatsu?
K. Yeah, there you go. And then out of nowhere, I was like, you know what'd be nice? Lotus flowers. And then put something with like red randomly, and he's like, what? And I was like, I don't know, it just feels nice. So that's how my gut works. It's just random gut vibes, and it's like, I wish I had the artistic ability to show you what's in my brain. And then Kai just hires the right person to make it like perfect. I'm like, this is exactly what I was talking
like
about.
I knew the right person to look for. And like I gave them a lot of details too. Like I was very specific. Like what must be included, what must be required, what should be done in that stuff. So it just ends up doing that. And then just for information, the background music was also decided by me, because Zero was like, I'm fine with anything. And I was like, okay. Something mystical, something calming as well. So and then ta-da. So yeah, we're both in the very same wavelength.
Yeah, we have multiple different effects for this one. I think the one that's like might be a little bit too much is the shooting stars one that was at the beginning, because it's like a lot of them, and it's like it might distract you, but it's okay. It's still like very chill.
This one.
You're.
Oh wait.
It's okay. Leave that one on for the rest of the stream. It's fine.
This one?
Yeah.
With the
It
suckers?
actually blends in well with. It actually blends in pretty well with the Sakura petals.
Yeah.
Hold up. Hold up.
By the way, for the stars, like the following stars, there is actually a reason for that I picked it at. I didn't really tell Zero. But it's also like I don't know how to explain this very well, but it's more of like the stars means like every single one of the people who might have come by and dropped by, or people who have come and stay, or like, you know, some people they leave when they have to and stuff like that. So it's like it has a very weird symbolic way depending on how you view it. It could be like people who leave, or people who have, you know, passed on, etc, etc. So far, so it could be very symbolic in a way on its own, depending on your perspective.
Yeah.
That's just a reason why we need to edit that.
It's really nice, and it actually, this place, probably we can retroactively canonically fit it into our lores, honestly.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just saying.
But
yeah,
I think
you know, I didn't know what the
base-
meaning of lotus flowers was before this. I had
You
to search
didn't
that up.
know?
No, I had to search it out because I was like, what if they mean something bad and I'm over here putting lotus flowers in this?
No.
What if what if it's like death and decay or something, and I'm over here like, damn.
No. If it's
So
if I would add like red spider lily, then it would be a bit, you know.
Yeah. Oh, well, then I had to search it. It's like somewhere I read it was like rebirth or something. I was like, that is so unintentionally nice. That's like, yo.
So it's like it is like it's so funny. Our base idea that how we came up with this whole background is also because like we both wanted to add a bit of our lore and concept into the background, like a mix of both. And this is what we came up with.
You. I'm the part with the water and the trees and in the sky. That's basically my vibes entirely. And that's me in a nutshell.
Definitely. I'm just like I don't even know. I think I'm like the Lotus Flower-ish thing with like spoilers for lore.
Oh.
What this? Oh, means yo.
Means I got it.
Bruh. Bruh. But yeah.
Do you have a
you're
dinosaur
welcome to
asset?
the stream.
Do you have a dinosaur asset, like a toy dinosaur?
No.
I would like to have a dinosaur on the table, please. Like just a T-Rex.
Okay. I'll find one for you right now. You please entertain.
Yeah.
Entertain
Yes.
people. Oh! I know how you can entertain. There's still 2 more questions, real quick.
Oh no, I got you. Bro. Oh, you're
No,
gonna
not this one. Not this one. Not this one.
I was about to sing Lady Gaga, bro. Rah. No.
No. This one. You can answer this one. I will not answer this one because it's debatable. I don't want a debate.
I would say cereal.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a question. There's no one debating
Should I
it,
just
so I'm
Google
good.
any?
Just put a PNG dinosaur. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Spider lilies are the stringy red ones, right?
The red spider lily. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in Genshin, I think.
Are they?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they're in Genshin. I like those flowers too. I think they go with Hu Tao. Cough, Hu Tao, main cough.
Is it? What? Do you want a T-Rex?
Yeah, sure. I'll show you why afterwards.
I feel like I'm scared for that.
I can just tell you. I mean, I have one of those like cheap little squishy toys that you can squish for like what is it, for like stress or whatever, like a stress thing. You know what I mean? And if you squish this particular little dinosaur, his eyes pop out.
Huh?
So. Yeah. How do you preserve your flowers, by the way, Kev? Do you just dry them?
Yeah, you can. You can dry them. You dry them. Make sure they're like dry, and then in a way, it depends on how you like. After you dry them, you can like press it into like laminated paper. But there's like a lot of like ways to do it, and it's very hot too.
I have a decarboxylator. I'm sure I could dry them in there.
You might have to double check because it's kind of complicated. It's not as simple as it seems.
What is that? Okay.
What?
All right, whatever. Never mind. Just at this point, just it's okay. Just put him down.
He is a dinosaur. Where? The left side, right side?
Yeah, put him make him really small, like a little toy you can move with your fingers. Yeah. Rah.
You look like a kid.
Rah.
I'm babysitting Zero right now, everybody. He looks like a typical kid right now. I could see all what is coming out again. Now Zero looks
Y'all
like
just-
Kai's grandkid. No. Should I have this for your assets every?
No. No.
I think I should every
Hey,
podcast.
put him on a lotus flower.
Why?
I want to see what happens. He's gonna have to be tiny, like a frog. Oh yeah. There you go.
Nah. This looks more fun.
Pain. Pain. Can you make him face your way so he's like at least aggressive to you?
No.
Pain.
It's your toy. It's your toy. Do you not like your toy? Wait.
Horizontal, Kai.
Oh, I was like... There you go. Well, do you like your new toy?
Why is he still facing me? Put him on the other side.
Do you like your new
You
toy?
did nothing. You effectively did nothing.
Zero-kun, do you like your new toy? Do you like it? I bought it for you. Do you like it? Come on,
You know
play
exactly
with
what
it.
I'm doing. You know exactly what I'm doing to make this gesture happen too.
Do you like it? Give it a pat. Come on, play with it. You know?
I will send you squid milk.
No. Grandson,
mail.
grandchild mode. Oh my gosh, now you just predicted my plan. Hey, it is what it is. I think there's just a liquid you can use to preserve flowers alongside other things. Yeah, there is actually. Where's the Happy Meal box? Zero. Enlarging yourself does not help anything. It still makes you a kid.
Sad moments.
Okay, I think we have like one more question. I don't think there's any
One
more
more?
from Marshmallow.
Okay, good. Okay, so have we gone through everything though? Like, other than that, like anything we need to like loop back around to? I think we covered pretty much everything.
We're pretty much.
We didn't go like. There's nothing much to discuss other than like, because these are basically our takes on it. But yeah.
I'm gonna close the Marshmallow right now, real quick. There's one more, just one more,
Okay.
but it's not related to.
That's okay.
I think. And then we can summarize everything.
What is it?
Also, for me, I'm Zero first. Anyway.
Yeah, same.
For what? For Kai, what was it like having to meet a chibi mini VTuber, aka Zero? For Zero, what was it like to meet a tall VTuber, aka Kai, aka Kai-chan?
It's like when you go digging in your backyard and you like find a fossil from a ancient past time, and then you find out it's like half vampire-ish, but it's like not even a vampire, it's actually just a demon. So like the cloak is like untethered by time, but there's just like, see, look at that, look at the, what is these? I saw that, and so I would say it's a little yeah, it's like finding something like that in like when you're digging for like, I don't know, you're digging for words, worms, I don't know, and then you find a skeleton like that, and then you're like, why is this? What is this giant? Like, what happened here? Why is there a demon skeleton in my backyard? That's what I would describe it as.
You're lucky I'm not using my other one, okay? For me, it's weird because like the zero is like the zero that I first saw was not this form. And I know his non-chibi form looks like, so like I was like saying like Zero, you're in chibi, you're like a kid. I feel like I'm doing a podcast with a kid.
The comments. All right, here's the comments I've had from people I've shared the bigger model to the. It's like it looks very feminine. I'm like, yes, I understand this. It's like I understand, but it's not. There's enough to it that it's not completely feminine, but if you like, I guess like coming out of nowhere, never hear my voice, and you just see it, you could have that inclination. But as soon as you hear my voice, it'll like become masculine. It's a really weird effect. It becomes masculine as soon as you hear my voice. But you could give it to like a female, and they could become female if they see it. It's a really like
it's like a borderline.
I stressed out. I stressed out Aries so hard to get this effect. It's like she didn't understand. You were like a male model or like a female model? It's like a male model with a slightly less male face. But yes.
Definitely I would take the goals and shoes if no one claims for the portal. Bruh.
Of course.
It's hard
of
to
course
say
so.
bad things to the chibi Zero. I mean, I still know Zero as he is. So.
Yuto with the yo, I like that joke. Fossils burning each other. Like fossil fuels.
Oh my god. Zero!
We need to be careful, Kai. We need to be careful.
Oh, wait,
do not
dinosaur
collab
was
with other
disappearing.
Americans. They will come for our oil. We are basically oil.
Yo! Who?
What?
Anyway. Ria, don't get started with that. No. I laughed like a whole 2 minutes because of that freaking joke. No. That's strange, but then again, I didn't see the full mall. I just got to see the head and shoulder. I think. Am I supposed to comment about that? Do I comment about that?
No. Let's keep that down. Let's just talk about oil for now.
No. But anyway, that's all the questions we have from Marshmallow. If you have any further questions, my Marshmallow is closed right now.
Yeah. Those in the chat right now. If you have
any further questions about like imposter syndrome or anything like that,
sit
down.
In the closing moments, if imposter syndrome, comments, questions, concerns, or anything else in general you wanted to share.
Yeah, just
now's the
share it
time.
now.
And then
we don't know
otherwise
when's the next time we'll actually talk about. this
it's
again.
either like 2 weeks or like month.
Like even if it's the next one, it'll be like another topic, not really.
It'll be a
about
different
imposter
topic,
syndrome.
yeah.
Yeah.
You would still be able to ask it, but we wouldn't answer it until the very end, basically.
Screenshot Chibi Zero for future purpose. Don't worry, you'll see him often. You'll still see him a bit often. A bit. But yeah, if y'all have any questions, say it now. We do plan to have like we do plan to have like the podcast at least twice a month, like once every 2 weeks or so. But we'll have to see within the schedule.
If either of us can't make it, like if I can't make it, Kai can host and vice versa, and you'll be seeing other guests. If you feel like you know a VTuber that would like be a really good guest here, you can ask them to communicate with us, and that'd probably be a thing, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like you will get to see a side of your content creator that you would normally not see. So yes.
Like during their normal streams. Yeah.
Yes.
But like obviously we'll I think we would also guess some of them ourselves. Otherwise, it will be.
Yeah,
like,
we'll also invite people.
Yeah.
But it's
Otherwise,
like
it'll be
you can't.
themselves.
Yeah, it's like you can invite people, but at the same time, even if you invite people, these are not light topics that many people are comfortable talking about to begin with. So we understand that this might be like a duo run for a long time.
Like, there might be some VTubers who might reach out to us to, join the podcast and stuff. And sometimes it'll be us who is reaching out to them. Sometimes it's because of y'all. Y'all wanted this VTuber to join. Then we'll try to reach out to them and stuff like that. But yeah, mainly it's just how a typical normal podcast is, but the deep topic time. But of course, we have fun inside.
Yeah. We go off track apparently quite often. So, yeah.
It's the part and parcel, because otherwise it'll be too.
It'd be too heavy otherwise. Yeah.
Yeah, hard to.
You have to have some.
All,
you need some humor in here.
I believe I think someone was like saying that to have the podcast into Spotify way. The thing is, if we were to do Spotify way, it will take quite a while because we have to edit out a lot of the audio parts that we have breaks. But
yeah, the whole stuff moment would probably be edited out.
we could, otherwise we could like just leave it as it is. But it's like there's nothing wrong with
it's
that.
not the quality you deserve. It's not the quality you deserve.
So yeah, if anyone has any more questions about Imposter Syndrome, otherwise we'll like summarize a couple of things and then wrap it up from there. Anyone else have anything? I thought you say NYA, but with an R.
Yar.
You're starting to become a dinosaur. Is the dinosaur affecting you?
No, it's I'm perfectly fine.
No, I think the dinosaur is starting to affect you. You like it a lot?
Nar.
Do you like it, Zero-chan?
I expected something different, but it's okay.
Honestly, I say this is a nice change at scenario, and that I would say scenario. That was a lot of topics I can relate to today, or tonight, evening, or afternoon. That's also the reason why we had this podcast, because we are very much aware that the topics that we're doing for the podcast is gonna be relatable to most of y'all, including ourselves. And I don't think there's a lot of people who did podcasts like this, because it can be a bit tricky to host.
It backfires quite often. It really does. It backfires very easily.
Because it shows your vulnerability, and it's also like there could be toxicity inside the chat room and stuff like that. But it's something we already expected. Like, we've expected it. That's why we host it in a place where we can control it. And we're aware that it's gonna be as healthy as it could be already.
Yes.
It was really fun talking to everyone again. No worries. You can always hop by for the next one, and our future streams are had too. We're definitely gonna have this podcast for a long run, rather than a short-term one. But it also depends on our schedule.
Yeah, that's the difficult
and
part.
I are. We're not only in different time zones, but our schedules are usually very packed.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll work more on that, and also I'm like, within the next couple months, I'm in the process of moving, so that'll also impact it. So.
So why do you share me zombie t-shirt?
Why not, bro? I just wanted to remind you about it. I bought a shirt, guys. I bought a shirt for Halloween. And it's a bee that's also a zombie, and it's like a zombified bee, and in letters it says ZOMBEE. It's my zombie shirt
for Halloween.
Yeah, I wore that for Halloween. It's great.
I'm late, so I have 3 hours of rewatching Vault, but I know it'll worth it. Sissy Syndrome.
After this, I'm gonna go cook a lot of pasta sauce. So,
Wow.
yeah, just random comment.
And I'm gonna finish eating. My meal has been sitting in front of me for the past 3 hours.
Yeah, all right. You should probably zone it out, Kai, because your stream is very soon. Yeah.
But anyway, we'll summarize everything and then wrap this stream up. So, is there anything you want to add on or summarize to it?
I just did
Bruh.
in the chat.
As in regards to this.
In regards to the
Today's
imposter
topic.
syndrome.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I'll just go back and reiterate. The point is, number one, do a little bit of self-reflection. Like, the first step is to identify if you have it or not. The second step is to do some research on it and what you can do to, like, obviously deal with it. The third step would be, if you have it available to you and it's impacting your life quite heavily, try to get some therapy. And your fourth step would be to try to find communities where it's okay to talk and express things about, like, this nature in general. The more it's out of your system, the less it's internalized, the easier it is to deal with. So, yeah.
For me, would be remember that you're not alone. Especially when you're facing all this situation, because there's definitely people around you that has or are facing the similar situation. Just know that you're not alone. I know it can feel lonely at times, it can feel frustrating, upsetting. I'm in that situation similarly, so I would understand firsthand. But just know, again, whenever you feel alone, feel free to go back to this podcast and like remind yourself, or you could, you know, talk things out with someone else that you really trust, someone who will understand you, someone who is open-minded. Like for me, Zero is one of the couple people that I'm able to.
Yeah.
So I hope that you will be able to find someone who you are able to open up to.
One comment, you just brought it up, right? Like it clicked a little bell in my brain. Most people's what do you call it? Battery, emotional battery, drains very fast because they have a lot of their own problems to deal with, and they will not tell you because they're trying to be nice to you. So try to, like, over time, see if that's the type of person you can actually, like, talk to in depth, because if you end up talking a lot like this, like these types of topics, to, like, the wrong person, they could see it as like you're just trauma dumping on them, and they will become like apathetic towards your situation, and just it makes it worse. Like, not everybody has the same ability to deal with this kind of stuff, so find the right people. And if you can't find the right people, just find the right community. It's a lot easier to find the right community than it is to find the right person, honestly. Yeah.
So hopefully y'all will find at least one person who are able to. It doesn't have to be your significant partner, your significant others, your parents or family members and stuff like that. Like for me, it was like Zero and a couple of other friends. Otherwise, my parents and my own older brother does not know. So yeah, so it's like it doesn't have to be them, but just know that hopefully you get to find one. And again, if this podcast is able to help you feel that way, or remind you, and if it helps for you to watch the VOD, feel free to watch it. It will actually mean a lot to us, like both of us, if it actually helps you out in any way possible, because that's the main.
This is one of the few
moments.
It's one of the few moments where, like, you should share it, but only to the right person. Not for boosting numbers, but share it to the right person that might need to hear it. Yeah.
It's like, even if it's like a couple of hours long, I believe some of you might have tuned out, but in a way we try to make it as attentive for you as possible. So yeah, that's pretty much it from us, I guess. That's basically the 6 important points that we want to summarize. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask them on the next one, probably from 2 weeks from now or something like that. We have not finalized it, but when it is finalized, I will post it out. as per normal. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I think do you have like a closing for them? To say?
Nope.
Do you have a closing?
No. Thanks for coming. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being respectful, and just thanks for being here in general.
Yep. And for me, as usual, I will have another stream in like an hour, so I'll see you then. But as usual, if it's morning, afternoon for you, I hope you have a lovely day or have a lovely day of you. If it's evening or nighttime for you and you're heading off to bed, I hope a good night's sleep or good night rest. You definitely deserve it. Again, remember you're not alone, and hopefully you'll find someone who is like there for you. Quantity is better. Quality is better than quantity. Yeah.
So someone make this man eat, please, and rest before the next stream, please. Somebody.
But yeah, hope to see you then, and thank you so much for coming. Again, also thank you for being respectful, open-minded, and supportive throughout. Share it to people that you think that might need it, and yeah, that's pretty much it from us. Hope to see you on the next podcast. Thank you, Zero, for co-hosting. Thank you, Zero-chan. I hope you like your dinosaur toy. Thank you. Also, everybody.
Thanks
Hope
for
to see you on
having
the
me.
next
We
stream.
shall see each other next time. Yes. Bye bye.
Very soon, anyway. Bye bye, everybody. Bye bye.